Okay, here we are again. Do we get to fly into the sun today? Yes, that is the plan. Whether or not it'll go well is another story altogether. And hello, Marie, how are you doing? We are getting ready to get started. Intro has played, so we'll get started in about a minute and a half. We got a field hunt to do. We got another sub-boss to beat. And then we'll see if we can find a working airplane in this damn place. We'll enact our plan. Do I have my notes open? Yes, I do. Very good, very good. Okay. 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 Both clocks read 4:31. Let's get moving, shall we? It's kind of weird being back here knowing that we're probably never going to see this place again. I feel like I should tell these people something, but it's not really anything they haven't already heard, like get the shelter and hope and pray for the best. Like, yeah, they don't need to be reminded of that, dumbass. Like, the world's ending. Of course they already know that. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga 2, the Stream Edition. Last time, we basically finished up the airport. We just have a field hunt and a sub-boss left to go. And before we finished those up, I said, let's finish up the Archangel's quest. And so we came back here and went back to the first dungeon, where the Archangels were waiting for us. And we kicked their butts and got a gospel, which I think I mentioned it last time, but I'm going to show it this time just to make sure. It is a 160 power bullet. So it's really, really strong. And I'm going to equip it, but we don't need it just yet. So we'll equip it a little later. For now, we're going to go back to the airport. We're going to teleport to the large terminal, and we're going to get over to the field hunt. And I'm going to make special preparations, and I'm also going to have Sarah in the party for that one, because she is about halfway done with a level 6 mantra. And there's a distinct possibility that if she's in the party and she gets to eat some stuff, and she gets some AP from the sub-boss, she'll finish Mukti before we decide to make a break for the sun and go from there. Gale will probably need a new mantra as well. Surf I got working on Curse, and CeeLo I got working on Death Spirit so we can get working on Mediarahan. I also spent a good chunk of my money just getting that stuff and then buying a few supplies because, well, we're going to the sun. Like, if we don't get the supplies now, we're never going to get them. So, oh, and in the process of buying some supplies, Kathy at the shop said, hey, here's an item, you can pick which one you want, and she had an attack mirror, a magic mirror, and a Dakaja rock, so I picked up the magic mirror. Just because it'll come in handy. Also picked up, I think I stocked back up on core shields. I picked up 5 magic reeds, because we're going to need them for a specific section of the final dungeon coming up in a little while. But for now, we're not worried about that. We're worried more about getting that AP from that field hunt, because there's more Saki Mitamas to be had, and we're going to go there. But I just remembered I want to talk to Kathy about something before we go. One thing that gets you is that if the surf status screen was a red herring, how did he end up with the group after being separated when the Karma Temple exploded? Did they just drop that plot point with Sarah saying she'd find him? We spent more time finding her. I think they did, to be honest. I think they realized that I think they initially went in saying, hey, we want to make a story where you don't have the main protagonist with you, and then they realized, fuck, our main protagonist is customizable to the player's choices. So if you don't have him for like half of the game, how is he going to be customizable? And they decided it would be easier to just have him from the beginning than to say, well, maybe he'll be at level 1 and then you train him up in like a boss fight like the Shadows of Varna that we fought when he was in the egg there. I would assume that's it. I don't know the whole story, of course, but that would be, if I'm looking at this correctly, that would be my thought process. I don't know necessarily if it's an excuse, but that would be my thought process looking at the way that the game might have been developed. So, well, I mean, I'm glad you did. At least now I can get items for when we go there. And the reason why I wanted to talk to Kathy is because listening to her talk about this stuff made me realize Johnny is probably her husband. Which would make sense, of course, they're in business together. It does make me wonder, because I think this resident is Kathy's younger sister, and I'm not sure, I mean, I guess that might be a bit of a stretch, because it's like, wow, you gave birth and then immediately went back and reopened your business for the day when there are barely any customers that you don't already know, but I don't know. If we think about it too much, I guess it sort of unravels. And it could not be true. I don't think they ever say that, but you could kind of see the I think I could at least see the family unit here, where Kathy and Johnny are married, and then they had a kid. And well, now we got even one more life to try to work this out for, because they've got a newborn that, well, might not live to see tomorrow if we fail. So. All the more reason for us to get back to the airport so we can get ready to finish this. So. But, yeah, like I said, first things first, we're going to go back to the large terminal. And we'll head over to the field hunt, and I probably will make my preparations for the field hunt when we get to the door. I might save, like, closer to the field hunt itself, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see in a second. I'm in the airport, but yes, I'd like to teleport to airport. Thank you. And, yeah, it's fine. We'll save when we're a little closer to the door. Because if I remember right, we can, yeah, just go straight down there. There's the field hunt right there. So probably we'll go up those stairs and save at that small terminal, and then we'll walk down that way, and we'll go from there. That's what I think we'll do. And then after that, we just got to go back down in the spooky basement for a little bit and use up a few more of our light balls. So, there goes my Estoma spray. I'm going to use another one just because it'll come in handy for when I'm going in there to try to, you know, meander around and get to the field hunt without running into too many encounters while I have my skill list all jacked up. So, because I'm probably going to jack up my skill list right about now, because it's another bunch of Saki Mitamas, and so we want as much Zio as we can get. I might even give Silo Mazio, because he has that from the mantras that he knew when we first got him, so. Speaking of Silo, goodbye. Thanks, game. That's real fucking fantastic of you. We could Mazio Dine, because I have access to the skills for that now. I wonder how Beiji Wong feels about Mazio Dine. Well, we're going to find out right now. He shields it. Okay, that's fine. And you didn't Mediarahan, which is good. Let's do this. We'll get CeeLo up now. And then I'm going to do this, actually, because, you know, it's a little more helpful. We're getting a combo. We got Mabufudyne. That'll be good. Let's see here. And I really want to get rid of Beiji Wong because he's the biggest problem in this fight, so I guess I'll just do this. Yeah, there we go. Like, I'm not worried about the cow. We can kill the cow. That's not a big deal. So, let's see. So let's get around to Wicked Curse. There you go. And that takes care of that. And actually, I probably should finish Gale off with Fire Emperor before we go do our field hunt, shouldn't I? Because he's basically there. So we'll just have him eat something and he'll be done. And then we'll go do the field hunt. And then we'll go fight the sub-boss. And then we'll be out of here. I mean, it's not really critical because, like, Gale doesn't really have a whole lot left to do now. I've got Bolt God, and then he's basically, after that, just going to be getting some other stuff for us. So, like, he's going to be getting all of those ones for, like, him, and he's going to be doing, like, the sub-nodes that are up on the top where that one esoteric is that I haven't touched yet. So, we're going to have him work on that. So we'll do that in a few minutes. But first, let's get him Fire Emperor. Probably just from that should get him Fire Emperor. I need to heal my curse. Hey, look, I got 21 disc curses, so that's all coming pretty good for us. Let's see. Surf doesn't do anything to these guys because they resist or repel everything he does, so just do that. Okay, nice dodge CeeLo, that'll work. And then Paradigm works, I think, because they absorb, I think, wind, so. Oh, good. Oh, good. Phenomenal. Let's try that one again. Whenever you're ready, Surf. Thank you. Alright. Well, Gale mastered Fire Emperor, so that's the important part. Sarah got to 53, so that's good too. And Gale got himself some Agidyne. So that'll work out. Sarah has 83 magic. That's... man. That is absolutely absurd, and I will take it. Let's see here. So let's have Gale do this. There we go. We should be good in terms of our MP and everything, so... Alright, let's see here. So the main thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to set Mazionga on Gale and then Mazio on CeeLo. So I think what I'll do is I'll set those after the fact, but let me set Sarah up right now since she's not going to be in the party until we actually get to the door there. We'll set her up with Mazionga right there. And then let's give her... she's got Electric Amp, so let's give that to her as well. We'll put that there. We'll give you Ingest Mana for now. And then we'll stick Mutual Karma on Surf right now before I forget. Mutual Karma, there it is. Okay, but yeah, we're going to need all the Zeo we can get, and I didn't get any Shock Bombs. I only have those 5 Magna Bombs in my inventory, so we'll have to work with what we've got. And unfortunately, those Magna Bombs will not work for us, so... Alright, let's get Gale a new mantra before we move along, before I forget. So to explain what I was saying before, since Gale's almost done with the mantras that I actually care about, like the only other mantra that I actually care about for getting for him is Bolt God and maybe up here. Maybe Demon Lord here. It's a level 6 that costs $250,000, but it gets us physical repel. And if I decide to go for magic repel with Surf there, then I'll probably want to get physical repel on somebody. And, well, Gale's the only one who's been working on his physicals in this party, so we'll have to make it him. Otherwise it'd be a big slog to get everybody else back there. But these two up here, Godly Beast and Overlord, I'm probably going to have him work on those so we can eventually unlock this node right here. Just so we unlock all the esoterics by the time we're done with the game. I'll have somebody else, probably CeeLo, work on 6 Realms and World in a little while, because he's almost done with his mantras as well. But for now, let's get Gale this, because that way he can get electric resist, and that'll really help him going forward in case of any electricity problems we have to deal with. So let's get that. There we go. And just like that, my wallet is running a little dry again, but that's okay. Alright, and So I set Sarah up. I think Surf I already set up with Mutual Karma. I didn't set anybody else up, right? CeeLo, I'm going to give you Mazio. Like, I know that's not much at this point, but he has access to it, I think, if I remember right. He has access to Zio. Maybe he doesn't have Mazio. Did I just not get it for him? I must have not. Well, that's okay. Can you do, like, Maziodyne? Zio and Bufu, so no, you can't do Maziodyne either. Well, he's going to be in the party anyway, so... Because he's working on Mediarahan, so I want him to try to eat things if possible. So I guess Sarah and Gale have to do it, but that's okay. No big deal. We can do that. And let's see. I definitely want Electric Amp on him somewhere as well. So I'll probably just stick, like, Mazionga where Wicked Curse is, and then Electric Amp where Dia is. But again, I'll wait to do that until we get to the door, because I don't want to, you know, not have Wicked Curse if I need it. So, or Dia, for that matter, if I need it. Because you never know. Alright, and let's save down here. And hope the Astoma Spray lasts a little bit. Alright, and down we go. I'm not even going to bother moving the camera. I know where I'm going. Alright, so through here, and just ahead, we go into this door. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That's why I didn't... Oh, Jack Frost again. Hey! We can answer more questions. Awesome. I'm down. Let's do this. What do you got for me? How are you he-handed? So... Does that mean what hand you hit me with? Because... Let me think. I'm trying to think if he punches with the left. Because, I mean, I would imagine if he punches with the left, he's left-handed. But I think he sticks his right hand up to do spells. So does that make you ambidextrous? No. Okay. Well, there's 96 questions left. Are we going to get them done this playthrough? Most likely no. But they're there. I don't know. I don't like the idea of looking those up because it's like... We've only seen him twice anyway, so at maximum we could have answered a total of 40 questions with him, so we wouldn't even have gotten to that point anyway. And finding him is just, it's a challenge in and of itself anyway, so, you know. Alright, so let's switch our party up a little bit. Let's take the ring off of Surf. We'll give you the rich ring. There we go. Excuse me. We'll put CeeLo, Sarah, Gale in. Let's set up... I'm going to give you Sukakaja, actually, because that might come in handy for us when they start buffing and stuff. We'll just put that in instead of Neural Shock for now. So that's fine. And then you've got Electric Amp. So yeah, you can keep that. That's fine. For Gale, oh, we'll get rid of all of these because we got them. So, and let's give you Mazionga. I could use Jupiter's Fury, but it's random. So I don't like it when it's random. I'd rather it just hit everything, so if possible. And then Fire Amp, but actually stick Electric Amp there instead. And okay, I think we're good. Let's go to the field hunt. All right, Surf. One last field hunt before we head off to the final dungeon. Let's do this. And there are no field hunts in the final dungeon, by the way, so if you want the EXP, you should probably get it now. I heard more of them. Oh, there we go. Not there. One, and then I heard a second one. Oh, there it is. And I assume it's over here now. Yep. Saw it right out the corner of my eye. Let's see here. Okay. How many can we get this time? We'll see if we make it higher than before. No, over here. Nah. Yeah, I hear you. There. Well, 24 ain't too bad, I guess. I'll take it. It'll probably be a B rank, but that's okay. And more Saki Mitamas. Alright, well, fair enough. We know what to do with these guys. Yeah, that'll work very nicely in terms of damage for them. Put us in a pretty decent spot in terms of eating them, I think. Let's try it. Yeah, see, we can already actually eat them just from that, so... Now, if they don't dodge from all this Sukakaja, we might even be able to go straight down the line, to be honest. Let's see. I might Sukakaja myself, because CeeLo got one already. And we'll just see if we get lucky enough. Okay, well that's not good. Lucky enough for them to stick around? I don't know. Well, one of them stuck around at the very least. This is a kind of predicament, yeah. We're not quite in a situation where we've gotten all of them on any given occasion here, but that's okay. If I do this, and I hit, and then I do this... Okay, that's a little unfortunate, but we'll try it again. Damn it. Okay, we only got 2. Let's hope that's enough. Yeah, it's not even close to enough. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. It's fine, I guess, but I would have preferred that Sarah actually got to eat one of them. I guess it just didn't work out, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. Surf, keep pumping that vitality. We'll get there eventually. He's got 70 magic from something. How did he get to 70 magic? Did I accidentally put a point into that? I don't know. But I am kind of... I don't know, whatever. It's fine. Oh, you know what? He must have gotten a point from a level up or something, just like that, yeah. Sarah has no strength. How is she going to eat anything? Yeah, I know. Without them being frightened, yeah, it's kind of difficult for her to eat anything, so... But we did what we could, and we got what we got, so that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, you're not even close. We won't finish Mukti then before we move along here, but that's okay. We should finish Curse from the... Probably before the mini-boss fight, to be honest, because we'll probably run into a few things on the way there. Okay, so let's take that back off of you, put it back on Surf, and then we will take you back out of the party. CeeLo, Surf, Gale. Set everybody's stuff back up the way that it was. You had Neural Shock there, so let's give that back to you. And then Surf, we'll give you back in Just Mana. There it is. Nice and easy. For Gale, I probably should have just Mazionga'd them more, to be honest, because then we could have gotten them a little bit closer. And I would have gotten more press turns from doing that than trying to do it the other way. I was thinking, oh, they only got 300 HP. We'll probably be okay, but no, we were not okay. It's not a huge deal. I'm not really all that concerned about it. We'll be fine in terms of our AP. Most of us are almost done with everything. The only person who's not almost done with everything is Surf, but he's only got about, I want to say 6 or 7 more mantras before he's finished with everything himself. So it's just that Gale and CeeLo and Sarah are closer, because Gale and CeeLo only need like a couple more, and some of them aren't even necessary, and then Sarah, once she's done with Mukti, she's basically done. Like, I might just have her learn Chakra Walk, and that would be about it. So, let's see... Tentarafu and Media-Rama, I believe, was what I had on you. Yep. And then Mutual Karma. Alright, that's fine. So we'll leave it like that, and we filled out the whole mini-map in here, so that's all fine and dandy. Alright, now, let us head back downstairs to that door over there. And we'll just keep going, because there's a save point before the next sub-boss, so... But we won't go anywhere without using a light ball. Let's go do that. There we go. Just light up the basement, because Lord knows they're not going to turn the generator on for me at this point. They kind of hate my guts and try to kill me every time I run into them in these hallways, so why would they ever turn a generator on for me, right? Let's see here. Oh wait, hang on. Did we do it? We did it this way last time. I think we did this, and then we did a Pterodine with Surf's turn. Can I have a Zeodyne? I wonder if that'll work a little better. Let's see. Nope, leaves them in just shy of dying. Which I guess is fine, because that means people can eat, but... still a little bit less than ideal, I guess. Let's do this. And then Surf's working on a level 4, so I'm going to have him Sukakaja, actually. Because he should get a good chunk just from the division of AP right here. Meanwhile, Gale and CeeLo are working on level 6s, so they need all the AP they can get. So, yeah, see, he got a decent chunk even just from AP dividing, so... Alright, maybe better to just have you do this. There we go. Alright, through the darkness and through this door. To a new section of the map we haven't been to yet, but it's, I don't think there's too much to this one. We just gotta find the stairs to get up and out. But I will take my time and look around in all the locker rooms first before we do, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I thought for the second those cardboard boxes were a chest. Not so, unfortunately. Would have been nice, but not so. Alright, I can probably handle this. Let's do this first. There we go. And then let's do this with the press turn. Ooh, that's nice. Since that's the case, let's do this, actually. Let's see, we'll finish that up, and then should be able to do this. Yeah, and get rid of the Ganesha. Shock is probably my favorite status ailment in the game. It's universally useful in situations like that where you're trying to hunt, especially when you're, like, since we're off of the Devil Feast drug from the first game, we gotta eat by doing damage. And so if you're doing damage like that, shock comes in very handy because whenever you try to use any physical skills on anything that's shocked, you automatically get a crit. And that includes hunt skills, so that's pretty good. Definitely helps out when you're trying to eat something and you have to eat them by doing damage rather than just getting them frightened, so. Okay, so that's that. And, you know, thinking about it, if we keep going like this, there's the stairs over there, I believe. If we keep going like this, Sarah might finish Mukti just from the sub-boss's AP, because the sub-boss gives quite a bit of AP, if I remember correctly, so. Even for a level 6, so. I should have used Miragi on there. That's okay. Let's see, anything in here? Wow. Darkness, that's what's in here. Kind of makes me wish I had that quick select button from Pokemon Black and White 2, where I could just be like, hey, your repel wore off, would you like to use another one? And even if I didn't have that, I could just, you know, bring up a quick menu that just had that sort of stuff, like, again, like Pokemon, or like Final Fantasy XIII had that with some of the sprays that you could use. So, the aerosol sprays that let you avoid encounters and stuff. So, excuse me. Oh, life terminal. Okay, nice. Do I want to heal here? I mean, I'll check and see how much we need for each person. Oh, not that much. Okay, yeah, I'll heal, because that's chump change at this point. Alright, so, now that that's done, let's go back up this way. Use up the rest of our Stoma Spray time if we can. Still get into encounters because, of course. And yeah, let's just do this. And then, okay, we got a shock on the one, so that means he should die from this. Because we only got to deal with 2 of them. Oh, goodbye, Gale. Yeah. That's not good. Let's see here. How about we revive him? Like that. And then we'll let him launch on one of them to get some revenge. Yeah, exact damage. He could have lived, game, but you decided, no, fuck you, he's gonna die. Okay, so let's do this. I think I'm going to do this just for safety. And then I'm going to pass Gale's turn and let CeeLo do this. There we go. I mean, he's at +3 Sukakaja. If he dodged there, I don't even know what to say. Like, there wouldn't have been much I could do at that point. And we got a Revival Gem back. I saw that before the screen left. Okay, so here's the door right here. And like I said before when we were over there, before we got down there and all the way through Chernobog and into the basement, yes. Our destination is right there. So before we go in there, let's prep for the incoming sub-boss fight that's sure to give us a run for our money here. So this one's interesting and a little different because it is it's a sub-boss fight where the sub-boss is only weak to guns. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have... I'm going to put Sarah in the party because I want her to do some shooting. And we're going to keep CeeLo and Gale because they have the correct skill set for this particular fight. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll go CeeLo... Actually, we'll go Sarah, CeeLo, Gale. We want Sarah in the first slot on purpose because we are going to give her the dual ring so she can do double shooting. And I could give her the change ring so she could revert easier, but it's probably better that I just give her the dual ring so she can, revert the first turn. We can get some buffs up, and then she can start shooting. And she'll get 2 flashing press turns out of the 2 consecutive actions. So we'll do that. We'll give CeeLo the rich ring. Let me take that off of Surf real quick. You can keep the skull ring there, Gale. That's fine. And then... And I mean, you could have your whole party... do some shooting if you wanted, but I usually like having Gale and CeeLo stay in demon form because then they can use repels and drains, both of which we're going to need for this particular fight. So let's see. So we'll give you mutual karma. That's that. CeeLo, we want some Kajas on, so we're going to do that. Let's see. I think Zan and Terra, the boss, either resists or nulls both of them. So CeeLo's pretty much just going to be like a... He's going to be standing pat for a good chunk of the fight, unfortunately. He doesn't really have a whole lot to work with when it comes to killing this guy. Let's put Teru Kaja on. Let's put Suka Kaja on. Let's put Raku Kaja on. We won't need Maka Kaja because more of our damage is going to come from the physical attacks in this particular situation. So... And, I mean, I think that should be okay for that. Other than that, I mean, I don't even need Rakakaja, to be fair. I can just set other stuff. We specifically want repels for this fight, though. We don't want to use drains for this one, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So even though we have Force Drain and Electric Drain, and then if you had Physical Drain at this point, you could use it. It's very expensive to get, but... Yeah, we don't have it yet, but if you had it, I would still say don't use it for this fight because it's better to have the repels, so, in this particular case. So you're good with Force Repel. You are going to need Skull Cleave, Power Charge. It's here somewhere, all the way at the bottom, probably. Yep, let's see, we'll stick that there. And then we want Electric Repel for you, and also Void Fizz. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'll get rid of Consume for that. That's fine. Might need Secunda for something. Oh, actually, put this down here. There we go. Okay, so other than that, I think you're good, Gale. Yeah, I think that's good. So we got Teru Kaja, we got Suka Kaja, you got Suka Kaja as well, so we'll do that. We might do that the first turn just to get multiple Suka Kajas up on our first turn, and then we'll... Can we skip Gale's turn and do that? Actually, no, I don't think we can, because we need to... I think the way that this boss's pattern works, to start with anyway, is that he'll use... I want to say Force skills first, then it's kind of like Gabriel, basically, how Gabriel used a specific ailment every turn until you got them to 50% HP. Except in this case, the boss will use Force, then Electricity, then debuffs, and then physical attacks, I think, if I recall correctly. So I think that's how it works. And we're going to find out in a minute, because we're going to go with, I think, this setup, and we'll go from there. Should I leave Mutual Karma on you? I mean, I guess I don't need Ingest Mana for right now, so... I might stick it on you, though, because we might stick you in the party if you just barely don't get Mukti. And then we'll just, get that for you real quick before we go. Alright. Anyway, we've done some preparation work. Let's save, and then we'll head inside and face the last sub-boss of the area. And hope I don't get into an encounter in the 3 steps I need to take to get to the door here, because... I definitely don't have my fastest party member up front. That wouldn't work out too well for us. Alright, there we go. Oh boy, strong presence. So yeah, this is another sub-boss that's basically a boss, so... If you do get an encounter, just hard reset. I mean, yeah, it probably would result in a reset anyway, wouldn't it? Because they'd probably get the first turn because my low agility character's out in front. And, yeah, they'd probably hurt us pretty bad if they didn't kill us. Alright, anyway, let's do this. And head inside and see what we've got. Well, I mean, we got all the way here, and we beat the Archangel, so I'm glad you're impressed. Yeah. Well, you and a couple of others here have been a little bit more than just a grunt. They finally got smart to the fact that I said, hey, they shouldn't just have trash packs be the sub-bosses here. And, well, here we are. Oh, good, I can use Vile Blade. That'll come in very handy. I wonder what that's, like, what I needed in order to do that. I don't know. Anyway, first things first, we're going to have CeeLo mainly buffing here, so we'll get Sarah into human form so we can start shooting him next turn. Let's see. We want to do this real quick. Oh yeah, and because of the dual ring, she actually has 2 consecutive turns, so I probably should have just shot there. That would have meant I would have got my buffs up a little bit easier. We want to force repel. And don't worry about it if the boss actually, like, absorbs the damage that you're going to go do to him when you're doing this. It's not really a huge deal if he does. We would rather use the repels for a very specific reason that I will mention in a little bit. So, yeah, as you can see, he doesn't absorb them, he just resists them. So, hey Zen, how's it going? Welcome back. Yes, OST is phenomenal. Love it, love it, love it. Very good. All right, Sarah, go for it. Nice shot. Do it again. All right, stop with the auto attacking. So we get our 2 press turns because of the dual ring there. We got a Secunda up. Let's get a Tsukikaja up. And then we want to electric repel. And then just keep shooting. And we'll get him eventually. It's not really critical that we go super fast with this because we're repelling his attacks anyway, so. 1. 2! 2 gunshots! Ah, ah, ah. And then we'll Terukaja. And then I think this turn I'm going to power charge because I don't think he does anything particularly critical this turn. I think he just debuffs you. I forget his exact script, but I know it's wind skills first, then electric, so. Okay, so physical. Physical comes after, but we dodged it anyway, so it's not really that critical. That. And then that. And then why don't you heal us real quick? And then I think we'll do some skull cleaving. How about that? Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, Sarah's not the only one who's going to be doing damage here, but, you know. Yeah, this boss theme is great. It's very good. I love it. I can be seen, yet I do not exist. Try as you might, you will never touch me. So this is the gimmick of the Kartakia fight here. By the way, Kartakia is a really cool boss design as well. So he'll use Vivid Gust, and he will ride the wind. What does that do for you? Well, let me do... How can I do this real quick? I can pass Sarah's first turn, and then do this. When he's riding the wind... Okay, well, I hit him there, so that actually isn't a good demonstration. But when he's riding the wind, he actually has an 80% chance of dodging all incoming hits. If you hit him, the wind resets, and he loses his 80% evasion. But normally he's pretty well untouchable, and that's why I wasn't thinking that that was actually going to work. So, bad example, but the idea that you want to do there is you want to use either Force or Electric Repel to force him to hit himself with his own attacks, because that also resets the barrier. So then he'll lose his Vivid Gust when you repel like that. So, that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to actually do it that way, because, well, I hit him. Sarah's a dead aim. Who knew? She's a dead shot. She managed to hit him in an incredible way. And she's probably going to do it again right now. Goodbye. Made that look a little easier than it actually was, but, well, you know, it's fine. Nothing I'm not used to. I forgot to get Surf a new mantra. Oh, well, that's not a big deal. And Sarah got some more magic. Oh, she's going to be strong. I'll tell you what. What'd you find, Sarah? A chakra pot, nice. CeeLo got Vitality and Magic, that's good. He also got MP, nice. That'll work. Okay, and everybody's standing around looking sad, so that means no encounters in this room, but also Sarah kind of needs a little bit of an assist when it comes to getting McT there. So I think we'll hang around here and we'll just leave her in the party for a little bit so she can learn that. Excuse me. We'll put CeeLo, Surf, Sarah, I think, is our party. So she can learn it, and then we'll go from there. So let's do that right now. And we will change the rings around. You can have the trick ring. You can have the rich ring back. You can take that off. And you can give Sarah the skull ring for now. There we go. That will work. And then we need to set everybody's skills back up, though. So you need Xandine and Pterodine back. So let's give those to you. We had Neural Shock there instead of the Repel. So let's do that. There we go. You're good. Now for you, you just need Ingest Mana. There we go. And then you're good, actually. I don't think I changed your skills at all. For you, you need Zeodyne back. There we go. Secunda can go down here. Wicked Curse can go here. The 3 army jokers in this one. It's the Tribvana is in this one, actually. The previous one, the recurring villain, was Bat. So that basically took their place as the we keep running away to fight another day type of a person. So yeah, the Tribvana's in this one. They were something else, I'll tell you what. They were definitely something. Alright, so Gale's all the way back to full. Everybody's good in that department. You're good. You're good. You're good. We got Tentarafu back in the party. That's nice. Oh, Gale doesn't have mutual karma. Let's give that to him. There we go. Now we're good. We'll see what everybody's standing around looking sad about in just a minute. Oh yeah, they're dead, Zen. Long gone. We got them, I want to say 3 or 4 dungeons ago. I forget. I think it's more like 3. We got him at the end of the 5th dungeon, and this is the 8th. So yeah, it would have been 3 dungeons ago. Okay, so just keep going up the line here, Surf. It's going to be a bit of money, but we'll make it from there. Not really a huge chunk of good stuff from here. You get Dark Mirage, which is not too bad, but, I mean, Null Mute, Mana Gain, don't really need it that badly. The big prize is at the end of this particular section of mantras with all these buffs, because once you get past Illusion, you get a really nice skill from the last one, even though it's very expensive. So. Yeah, the leader ate the other 2, and then he turned into a batten. Yeah, so he got a huge boost in power, and then CeeLo and everybody else just demolished him and made every little bit of power that he got look like nothing at all. Alright, so, Sarah, let's get you done with McT real quick, just so that way we can get that all finished for you. I'll buy the Chakra Walk mantra for you so you can work on that in a little bit. Once we figure out this whole crazy plan, and then we'll go from there. I think my Estoma Spray is about to run out, actually, now that I think about it. I could use a Magic Read right here to make it so I could, you know, get into more encounters, but I wanted to wait until that point right there before I did that, so let's do that. So now the Magic Read works exactly the opposite of the Estoma Spray. If you thought there were a lot of encounters in this game before, oh, you poor, sweet, innocent child. You have no idea. There are so many encounters in this game. When you turn on a Magic Read, it's nuts. Okay, we got 2 of them ready to be deadified. We should probably, well, if I get the chance, I should probably eat them with Sarah. Eat at least one of them with Sarah. Okay, with Mediarahan, that's not really going to work, so. Alright, let's take the chance to top ourselves off, and since they want to be dickheads about dying, let's just do this. And then just to be another dickhead, let's do this to make sure we're fully topped off. So they can spam Mahamiyan and kill me. That sounds about right. Alright, let's see here. Okay, one more. Now I can't use Vile Blade with this going on, so let's see. I guess we'll just do this. And then we will... let's see if I can Tentara Fu them to get some status going here. Because if I get one of them status, it'll make it a lot easier to kill them. So, okay, that's one stun. Because Mediarhan doesn't get rid of that stun, so they'll still die from the next hit, so... Well, the next 2 hits, really. And that might be... Okay, didn't quite dodge it. That's okay. Do this. And then we'll do this. Seriously, I have a Tsukikaja up. What the fuck? The game just likes playing mind games, I swear to God. Alright. I know for a fact that we're not going to get a good chunk of money out of this particular fight, but since they want to be dickheads about dodging everything, let's just keep putting up Tsukikajas until the cows literally come home with me in my stomach. Alright, try this again. Neural Shock. Vile Blade. And then Sarah, go ahead and eat one. There we go. I might have her eat 2, actually. I might have her eat the other one if it doesn't. Yeah, it didn't Yarhan, so definitely going to let her eat this one. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on, I can salvage this. Press the square button too many times. There we go. What a shit show that was, but we got him. Oh, well. Alright, she's almost done. We got a bunch of Magna Bombs now that we can probably get rid of once we're done with this. I probably should have just had Sarah do that, but that's okay. It's not overly critical. I might go to the life terminal, actually, since we've got the opportunity here. Oh, good. 2 charms. I love it. Fantastic. Please overwrite the charm. Damn it. The one time I wanted it to overwrite the status. CeeLo, that's not really going to help you, or them. That will help them, sir. How dare you, you motherfucker. Okay, so... How about we get CeeLo out of this first? Never mind. We're not out of this yet. Apparently the game is just like, nope, fuck you. You get to go back and do whatever, because now we got this. And we gotta sleep, so that's fun. Fine, I'll just put the controller down. I'll just let it happen. Just let it happen. Well, it overwrote sleep with poison, so I'm not sure if I prefer that or the other things, considering Sarah's probably dead this turn. Oh, okay, the curse overwrote it. Good. Because that actually helps a little bit, because I can actually start to work my way back from where we were here. Meanwhile, you're screaming at back-to-back Agido fights and Dragalia lost. Are those as bullshit as what I'm dealing with right now? Because I feel bad for you if they're as bullshit as what I'm dealing with right now. Alright. Let's do this, and then do this, and get rid of these guys, please. Okay, that's not good. See, if I do that, she's gonna die. But if I revive her, she'll still get the AP for the fight. So... Hold on. I can still do this. It's okay. Do I use a bead or do I use a gem? Actually, I think what I do actually is I Mediarama CeeLo, and then I'll revive Sarah next turn. When I can go from here. Okay, CeeLo's dead because of the curse. Yep. Like, at this point, I'd like to just leave with my dignity, but I think that's sitting on the floor right now, so we might not be getting away with our dignity. Okay, that's one. Let's get Sarah up so she gets some stuff from this. I am being punished for my greed, absolutely. It's okay, though. We'll make it. It just won't be pretty, that's all. Okay, so let's get CeeLo up. I can just use a bead for him, because we'll be killing these guys as soon as we pass his turn over. Alright, there we go. It wasn't pretty, but we got him. And we still didn't get Mukti. Alright, fine. Fine, game. That's just fine. Just keep pushing that vitality, sir. There you go. Yeah, I could have gotten CeeLo up and eaten as well, that's true. I decided it would be better to just blow them up, just in case. I wasn't sure if... it's kind of weird because I'm not sure if the Trick Ring's buffs reset when you die. So if that's the case and he got up and they reset because he died, like he didn't have the 2 Tsukikages anymore and we tried to consume when they were at +1, would have skipped the turn and we would have still been in hot water, so I decided it'd be better to just use Agidine and have the highest chance of actually hitting them. It wasn't pretty, but we got it. So, alright. So let's head towards the life terminal. Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ in heaven, I got the first turn. Alright, let's get rid of these guys then. Let's see, we'll do that. Yeah, she just outright kills Rongdas now with that. That's ridiculous. Okay, fine, just get rid of them. Thank you. And then... yeah, just Zeodyne the cow. Probably fine. Yep. It's fine. And how about we... I know Xandine works on him. So I don't know if Surf's going to get the chance to actually do anything. Okay, that's fine. Just kill him. It's okay. All I'm worried about is mastering Mukti, so... Pink Crystal, Magna Bomb. Still didn't master it. Damn it. Now Gale got a level up, and he got Strength and Vitality, so that at least is good. Oh, and he found something. What'd you get, Gale? Oh, another Magic Mirror. That's a good find, actually. No mastery for you. Only suffering. Oh, boy. It's okay. We'll get it. Just might take a little bit. Oh, there goes my light ball. Damn! How am I supposed to see the enemies coming now? Alright. Thank you. I was going to say, please give me the first turn. I don't know why we're not killing them in one hit now. That's a little weird, but whatever. It's fine. I'm going to have CeeLo eat this one, I think. I don't know if he can, actually, now that I think about it. I'm Surf eat this one. Okay. I was a little worried because Surf is at +0, so that was a gamble, but I'll take it. And it paid off, so... because now we barely have to heal using the life terminal. I can stick an Astoma Spray on and we can move along. Yep, there we go. We got Mukti. Fantastic. So we got Fatal Charm, Poison Rain, Void Ailment, and Null Charm. Awesome. CeeLo, you'll be working on that soon enough, but for right now, we'll rest on our laurels and do that. I probably shouldn't have done that, because that probably means I'm going to have to use more money to heal in a second, but that's just Twitch reflex at this point. Alright, here we go. Just top everybody off. Sit back to the save terminal. We'll start you up on Chakra Walk, Sarah, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so do this. And once we get this all taken care of, well, we can see this. A strong power can be felt at the edge of this piece of the mantra grid. We've unlocked a new secret mantra. Formless. Very nice. So Formless is very expensive, again, but if you get it, not only do you get access to Vanity, which is surprisingly less useful for us than it is for the enemy, because it deals no damage. It can inflict any status ailment in the game, and it's Almighty Elemental, but it is not quite as good as just having the damage, so I can't answer that right now. So I will let it ring. Apologies if that's directly in anybody's ear. Sorry, didn't think about that. There we go. Okay, but we don't want Formless right now for her. We want, I think it's this Esoteric 5? Yeah, that has Chakra Walk in it. Okay, we want this one because it's going to be a little bit less to master than the Mana Walk one. So that's what we want. So let's grab that. And then I think we're in good shape. Yeah, full banquet, I know. I didn't explain what that does, did I? So, okay, Atlas, I see you. Yeah, so there's full banquet and there's new banquet. So it's based on, obviously, the phases of the moon. This one has new banquet in it, if I remember correctly. And it's based on, I'm saying the phases of the moon like this is Nocturne. It's based on the phases of the solar noise. When they say full banquet, they mean when the solar noise is maximum, this skill is more effective. I forget exactly how because I've never actually used it, but I think it's a hit-all skill, so if you're trying to do stuff at maximum solar noise, I suppose you could do that. It's a little unreliable, but, I mean, you know, do what you can with it, I guess. So, excuse me. And then there's max critical, which increases your critical rate when the solar noise is at maximum as well. Not as abusive as Bright Might and Dark Might is in Nocturne, though, unfortunately, so they learned from their mistakes with that one. Because Bright Might and Dark Might and Nocturne are incredibly abusive. You could go through the whole game just using those skills, and you can get Dark Might as early as like level 8 or something in Nocturne. So actually, let me switch my party up a little bit here. Let's get CeeLo, Surf, and Gale back in, because Sarah is pretty well done for now with her mantras. So pretty much just Chakra Walk, and then she's in good shape. So we'll do that, and then we will give her Mutual Karma back. I'll set those after, it's not a huge deal. So we'll give you that, we'll give you Ingest Mana. And then let's get Gale into the party. So CeeLo, Surf, Gale, there we go. Now we'll save, and then we'll go through the door, and we'll talk to everybody and see what they're all forlorn about. And then we'll go from there. You finally beat the 5 back-to-back Agido fights with no deaths. I hate you too, CeeLo. Not a fun time, huh? It doesn't sound like it. Because you mentioned before, yes, they are just as bullshit as the vanity fights that I was dealing with those Beiji Wongs. So I'm glad you're done with it, because it sounds like something I would never want to do again. Why the long face, CeeLo? You would need a bigger wingspan for that, man. I mean, you carried us off the deserted ship, but that was a tall order. Okay, Sarah, you all right? Well, if we need to rest, we could rest for a little bit. Okay, she's pushing herself, but well, I know why, and we're about to find out why. But anyway, yep. And yeah, once you go towards the hangar to get the airplane to get to the sun, you can never come back. So if there's anything extra you want to go do, if you didn't turn in that flower in Sala Park, if you didn't finish the Archangels fight, if there's anything you want to buy from the underground city, or anything like that, I mean, I guess if you want an Impel Stone, you could go back and get that from Pyrojack, but we have one. You got to go get it now, because if you don't go get it now, well, you can't come back and get it, so... I would say do Deus Shooter again, but, well, we can't do that anyway. So, but I'm prepared, Gale. Let's do this. Yep, that's the idea. We carry the hopes and prayers and lives of all of our friends and comrades on our shoulders. Let's hope it's enough. Let's end it, then. Well, we all will, Gale. So, let's just hope they have enough room for 4 people in this airplane. Is it going to be a passenger plane? Let's find out. Actually, we'd only need room for 3 because CeeLo could fly. If we even get there. God damn it, Angel.
Angel, please, you have to let us get through.
Otherwise, the world will end.
Die no matter what. Your body needs the inhibitor. Wouldn't you rather die here instead of growing old and decrepit in the blink of an eye?
Actually, she'd rather die fighting. For the world to be a better place.
How can you talk like that? You won't survive this thing either.
There's also that.
She's aware of that. Go.
Ah, crap. So is she gonna go out fighting, or what? It's alright, Sarah. He made his decision. We gotta respect it. Let's go. We got a world to save.
What about our contest?
We'll postpone it.
I'll just give you the win, brother.
Thanks, brother.
I love that little exchange. It's just so CeeLo and Gale. It's great. What do you... Well, yeah, I mean, I would think you'd want to leave this place. Wouldn't you want to see the end of the world from up in the clouds?
Quite a gamble. How can you be certain?
There's no one left who would die to carry out your orders.
I'm the only person that logical.
This has gone on long enough.
What does that mean?
David wanted you to help people. Stop this hatred, Jenna.
So yeah, if it wasn't clear before, this David guy that we've been talking a little bit about over the whole game, Gale is David. Well, was David? Kind of.
The QVA syndrome isolation ward was hit. The patients are dying. We need help over here. We can't wait for the CDC. Hurry up with the ambulance.
You had to wait for the CDC for a fire? Seems like a bit of a strange protocol.
Jenna, you mustn't hate them.
And in life, David had QVA syndrome, so that's great.
Leave me. Please don't. David.
I know you'll find the cure. My angel.
So I think it's telling that Atlas was able to take a character that you may have hated at this point, like Angel,
No.
and make her sympathetic.
You can't
Like,
possibly be
that's an impressive feat.
No, but David is a part of me. When people die, their data return to God. Since we are born of God, it is no surprise that their souls dwell in us.
So as it turns out, David's solar data was sent into the simulation
David was killed by those fools and their ignorance.
after that
QVA
happened.
syndrome isn't contagious, but they...
He was content. Though his body
Why does the
perished,
CDC still exist in
he
the
had someone to
post-apocalypse?
carry
That's a
on his
good
will.
question.
Stop it!
He took pride in his work. He loved people.
And, more than that,
And he loved you.
yeah.
You don't know anything!
Ow! Not another impalement, Jesus. Oh. All part of the plan. Ow.
Is this what you wanted? You're just data.
And so are you, Angel. Actually, David wanted you to be happy, but you kind of didn't have that anymore, did you? So he came back from the grave to rob you of your life instead. Why is this game hurting you like this? I mean, I think, again, it's telling that Atlas was able to do this sort of stuff with the party members that they kill off, because it makes it feel like it hurts, right? Because these characters, you've grown to know them over 2 games, and you've become attached to them in a way that it feels like, if they do die, it feels like you're cutting off a limb, you know? So... Yeah, apparently Gale was strong enough to kill the final boss of DDS1 in exactly 1 second. We've gotten a lot stronger since we left the junkyard, that's for sure. But I think it's actually kind of interesting, though, because, again, Angel is incredibly powerful. We've seen her when we fought her in the final boss of DDS1 as Harihara, and she was just testing us, and it took all of the strength we had to kill her in DDS1. And instead of having you kill her normally in a boss fight and making it feel a little bit less impactful, they brought her character full circle and completed both hers and Gale's character arcs, while also having them kind of harakiri each other. And it just feels so right for these 2 characters to do that. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it feels better than them trying to ham-fist a boss fight in there, and then that happening anyway, you know? So, yeah, it's sad, but I think it's appropriate for the characters. So, rest in peace, Gale. You'll be missed, brother. But we need to change our party back up again and, yeah, get everything going here. So you need ingest mana. Now we can set all these exclamation points out. Just to get rid of them. There's one here, too. Void Ailment. And then Fatal Charm, which I might actually stick on instead of Tentara Fu for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to stick ingest mana at the bottom. And then, CeeLo, you can equip Tentara Fu, because that's actually a little more handy for us for right now than Neural Shock is, so. Excuse me. Okay, we got Fatal Charm, we got Tentara Fu, we got 2 Dioramas. We got a lot of healing in this party at the very least, but, I mean, that's not really going to help us where we're going. Well, it will, because we'll need the healing for the final boss fight, but, yeah. Might take a little bit. As far as I'm aware, there are no encounters in this hallway, by the way, so if you didn't set your party up that way, don't worry too much about it. You can always set it up later, but, well, I did it anyway, just to be prepared, so I wouldn't have to do it later. And we should probably... Well, we don't know what just transpired in there, but I guess we don't have to hurry now that we know, you know, Angel's not coming after us. So. But we still got to go because Gale told us it was important for us to get there, so... Alright, let's just fill the map out while we're here. Why the fuck is this airport terminal accurate to real life labyrinthine for no fucking reason? Oh, Atlas's employees, I'm sure, had, you know, been to several airport terminals at this point in their lives, and they were like, yeah, we gotta serpentine this place so that it's just as ridiculous to get through as in real life, and you would wonder how anybody ever gets to where they need to go. So. Hey, Black Chapters, hello, welcome to the stream. Because DDS is the best game. DDS 1 and 2, incidentally, have probably, from playing these two games before, like back-to-back, they've probably become my favorite SMT games that I've played thus far. Like, I'll explain why when we get to the credits and I do my normal monologue for that, but it's, yeah, these games have really, really been pretty good, so. Well, he's trying to act cool, but he's not going to be able to act alive anymore, CeeLo, so we gotta, you know, gotta do this for him now. No, I get that. I mean, she was your mom, so hopefully her and Gale found some closure. Okay, so I don't know exactly how CeeLo's gonna... Okay, so no, actually, what they mean by this is Surf and Sarah are gonna fly the plane. CeeLo will open the hangar so that we can start flying the plane, and then he'll transform into Deus and we'll get out of here. So, that's the plan. Let's do it. That is a fighter jet, not an airplane. Yeah, it's a Stovel. I would assume it's similar to a real-life craft, but I don't know enough about aircraft to tell you which aircraft it looks like, so. Games have really grown on you, to be honest. Game mechanics are simple and easy, no complicated stuff which you like. It is Starscream. Yeah, that's actually true. Whatever Starscream transforms into, yeah. Well, there are no guards. How badly is this gonna end? Yeah, it has just enough complexity to the game mechanics to where it's interesting, you know what I mean? So it's not too complex, to the point where it's hard to understand.
Jeez, leave us alone.
I thought they didn't have anybody left! Well, maybe they got the orders beforehand. Sarah, don't look. It's probably better that you don't look. They're gaining on us, though. Evasive maneuvers?
Where'd your pretty face go, huh? Come on, smile!
Don't know about that.
I'll meet you in Nirvana. Yeah?
Saving you a front row seat, best buddy.
You asked for it. Here I come!
Damn it, CeeLo. And then there were two. Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps from that damn scene. They took the comic relief character and they made him die like the biggest badass you've ever fucking seen. How do you do these things, DDS? How do you do these things so well? Oh, man, it's great. His English voice acting doesn't work for you. See, Zen, I don't know. I haven't heard his Japanese voice actor, but I explained before why I actually kind of dig the fact that he's, like, a white dude trying to act like a Jamaican dude. And how that actually works because Sarah never directly interacted with him, so he has that accent because of her first impression of looking at him and where he's from, not because she actually ever heard him talk. So I think it's an interesting choice in terms of voice acting decisions, and I think that specific little performance there is like Dave Wittenberg's best voice acting moment in his career that I've heard. That section right there. Like, you could feel the power behind it. But, I mean, I can understand. It's kind of a, it's based on personal taste type of a deal, so. But there goes CeeLo. Yeah, all we got left is double Varna. Does this somehow tie into Varna in mythology? I think Varnani was a consort for Varna in mythology, if I remember correctly, but... Well, it's a good thing I raised them to have some fire, because they're both weak to fire. That really wouldn't work out too well for us. But we have a physical attacker, and we have a magical attacker. And that's it. We've just got these two. Hopefully their agility is enough to get us through the rest, because this is not going to end well otherwise. You like his persona, but not the... Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I can understand that. It's a personal taste thing, so... Yeah, all we got left is double Varna. It's something. So this is the place you were talking about. Also, we should probably get inside because I don't know if you can see that in the distance there. The sun is starting to rise. Well, soon it'll all be over, but as long as we keep moving forward, Sarah, and as long as we keep each other in our hearts, we'll always be together. That's the idea. We'll walk hand in hand towards the sunrise because... That's all we can do at this point. But first, let's walk in here. Yeah, the sun is rising in the background. Yeah, exactly. Not good. We better hurry. Boy, it's a good thing Sarah knows how to log into this place. She probably looked it up, like, before we left everything else, so, to make sure she knew.
It still works. I'm glad.
Whoa, okay, hang on. Get a hold of yourself. You sure you're gonna be okay to do this?
I'm all right. We have to get started now.
Well, yeah, but... Are there two helmets?
All right.
Can we, like,
I'll start
share the
transmitting
pain?
that data to God.
Okay, well... Make it count. I think the last dungeon and all the shit you've done happened within the last couple of hours. Yeah, for sure. This game's ending is absolute insanity. That's for sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. For everything.
I'm going to assume that's the percentage of her body that's left to transfer, that countdown that's there. Unless that's just a countdown to getting these things in place. And doomsday clocks! We're all going to die. Oh, good. There's the sun. Hopefully these things aim and fire before the wave of erasure hits us. Okay, there we go. Oh god, oh that's not good. I'm gonna guess they haven't done regular maintenance on this place in a while. Talk to God and everyone rip, then God say no. What do we do then? Ah, shit. Well, I guess we're all dead then. Hang on, Sarah. You're almost there! I know it's painful, but... sometimes you gotta endure a little pain to save the world. Kind of wish they didn't just have Surf flop over like that there. Kind of wish they, like, panned the camera or something and there was just the erasure wave just hit the facility and he got, like, vaporized, but... I'll take it. It's not optimal, but I'll take it. Well, here we go! Why am I suddenly reminded of, like, Phantasy Star or something? That's definitely not good. We better hurry.
God's data can easily overwhelm us. We need to focus.
Right. Well, be easier to focus if we stick together, so... Come on, Sarah, let's finish this. Yeah, they all seriously die. Surf and Sarah by proxy of them sending their solar data to God. So they don't die the same way as everybody else, but everyone dies. You know, you're really not supposed to look directly at the sunlight. It's not good for your eyesight. Just saying. Alright, hang on, Sarah. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Okay, hang on! That's a full wall of fire. Oh. Well, that will make it a little easier to get through here, yeah. So, if you didn't think this game was an anime before, here's all the evidence you need. It's an anime. And all our friends are here to help us out. Awesome.
Everyone!
Even the people that didn't necessarily like us very much.
We're not alone. You're all here with us.
And with our combined powers, we can finish this fight. I'm gonna guess that the black hole in the center is probably a good place to start, so let's just aim for that. Captain saved the planet, yeah, pretty much. Yes, and now he has boobs. So, in case you are unsure what happened, this has something to do more with Shiva in Hindu mythology. Shiva and Parvati were immolated in fire at some point during their epic tale. And when they were immolated in fire, they became a single being, Arda. And that Arda was a perfect mixture of both of their genders, the strength of both, the weakness of neither. We have transcended gender, ladies and gentlemen. And also we're at the center of the sun, yeah, with all of our friends here, so... At some point, the ridiculousness goes so far out the window, you just grab a hold of it and go along for the ride.
It's good to see you, Seraph.
So yeah, you know how Surf's name was Surf and Sarah's name was Sarah?
Yourself.
Mash those two together.
Sarah's
Seraph.
thoughts merged with
God damn it.
You were reborn as a complete whole. Eventually, your minds will become one, just as your bodies have.
Well, I guess it's one way to make sure we have only 5 party members.
One.
Your journey is about to end. Show God man's infinite potential. With the help of all your comrades.
One last fight. Let's take them along for the ride.
You'll see. Open your consciousness. No truth will be hidden from you.
Now, by the time we're done here, you're right. We'll know everything we needed to know. We already know most of it, but... Yes, Zen is correct. We're going to see if we got the correct options now, because we played DDS1 for the stream before, and several things are about to carry over from there. It's not just the karma rings that carry over.
Heat.
Here's the first thing that carries over. Oh, okay, well. Alright, I guess we get Roland.
Yours. You're too hard on yourself. You know, Heat?
Just because you betrayed us doesn't mean you have to sit in the background here. It's fine, though, because I actually rolled all of Roland's skills for Roland, so it's probably for the best that I don't have to worry about, like, grinding up the Bufu skills for Heat. So. Janana, Lupa, we'll finish this for you as well. And here's another thing that carries over. If you play DDS1, you get a bonus from Janana and Lupa, depending on your decisions in the first game. Lupa gives Gale an exclusive skill just by exporting your data, but Janana only gives Arjula an exclusive skill if you make the correct decision when it comes to whether or not you'll betray the Maribels in the first game. And then there's also this. If you made a specific decision back in the Karma Tower, in this game,
Sarah, Seraph.
Angel allows Seraph to inherit an exclusive skill as well. Unfortunately, CeeLo and Roland don't get exclusive skills, but, you know, they're awesome as it is, so they don't really need exclusive skills. So yeah, you either get Roland or Heat, depending on which decisions you made. There's a series of 4 decisions specifically that you have to have made with Heat in both DDS1 and DDS2. There's 2 decisions in each game. And you have to have made the correct choices in order for Heat to join your party. Unfortunately for me, we only made 3 out of 4 correct decisions because I played DDS1 completely blind. I didn't know which decisions were correct. So we only made 3 out of 4. But again, I built Roland for Roland, not for Heat, so it's easier to just have Roland be the way that he is, and he's already pre-built and is able to keep moving forward as he, you know, functioning as he is, rather than me having to get Heat and then, you know, change out his mantras and do everything else like that, so. And so Arjula, CeeLo, Gale, and Roland have joined our party. For making the correct decision with Angel back in the Karma Tower, actually it's a decision that you make in front of Madame Cuvier. If you tell her you'll never join her cause, we get Reincarnate from Angel, her exclusive skill from the first game. If you imported your save data from DDS1, Gale will get the exclusive Pyroplagothon skill from Lupa, his ultimate move from his boss fight. And if you made the correct decision with Janana about not betraying the Maribels in the first game, Arjula will receive the best skill in this entire series, Seraph Lore. Why is it the best skill? Oh, we gonna find out. Don't you worry about that. Let's see. Yeah, welcome to the Fate franchise, pretty much. They planned so fucking far ahead before they had to split this into 2 games, yeah. There were a lot of flags tripped, yep. So we got new skills, we got Angel's skill, we just didn't get Heat. That was the only one that we didn't get out of all of that. And, of course, any of the Karma Rings from the first game that we didn't get as well. What did I miss in the first game in terms of Karma Rings? So we did all of the bonus bosses in the first game that I could find, right? But in addition to that, we missed. There was a side quest involving Koryu and the 4 Su Ling Guardians. So we would have gotten a Karma Ring from Koryu if we beat them. He's called Huang Long in first game, but that's that. There's a sub-boss or a bonus boss fight with Metatron, and I have no fucking idea where he is. And we would have gotten a Karma Ring from that. And then there's the Demi-Fiend, which you can only fight in New Game Plus, and I didn't, of course, do that. But if you fought him, you would have gotten another Karma Ring. I think in the airport something would have dropped the Karma Ring for the Demi-Fiend, if I remember right. But yeah, we didn't do any of those, so unfortunately, we didn't get those Karma Rings. You need to get those in order to get 100% in this game, because there's a specific reward for getting all the Karma Rings, but you can't do that in this game until New Game Plus anyway, so it's not really a big deal. This is literally as bad as the original .hack quadrilogy. Every game had a final flag that was tripped and let you import, but the content of each game had flags to import forward as well. They did a lot of work, and I actually really appreciate that they were able to do that in this era of video games, because it's a really nice touch, and it makes the games feel so chronologically accurate to one another. It doesn't feel like any decision that you made previously is out the window, because they take it all into account when they give you a decision, and they let you import the save data like that, so. I love how accurate the Demi-Fiend fight is. He has a full party of demons and a party of force of 4 press turns. He actually only has a party of 3, but he himself has 2 press turns, which means the Demi-Fiend in DDS1 is on New Game Plus. Because if you play Nocturne on New Game Plus and you go through the Labyrinth of Amala, after you've gotten the true demon ending, you can actually acquire a second press turn for the Demi-Fiend from one of the side quests in the Labyrinth of Amala. So that's how that works. But yeah, he has a party of 3, but he still has 4 press turns, which is ridiculous. So. David, hello. Well, I'm just glad that we could help out. I mean, you did love her, so. And for talking to him, we get a purple crystal. Nice. That one doesn't require an import. You just get that by default from here, so. Yeah, Lupa, long time no see. Glad we could help with that. We'll see what we can do. I'm not even sure if I'll ever use Pyroplegathon now that I think about it. I might use it just to demonstrate it, but yeah. How you feeling, Argela? Yeah, it took us a while, but we're all here again. Unfortunately, you're quite a bit behind in terms of your mantra gains, but we'll fix that soon enough. That's cheating, though. You don't need 5 press turns. No, he doesn't, but he still has them, because fuck the player, I guess. So. Oh, no, you mean in Nocturne, yeah, where he gets 5 press turns, yeah. I think that's mainly for, like, if you're doing solo Demi-Fiend builds, like if you're just fighting with that and doing a no-demon playthrough, having that second press turn is really nice, so. Also, that means the Demi-Fiend in DDS1 got the true demon ending. True demon ending was canon long before SMT4A. Yes, exactly. Yep. Yep, he got the true demon ending way back in the day, so. Well, we live for each other, Argela. That's the idea. I'm glad I could help you realize that. Apologies, by the way, for the music in the background for right now. It gets good, it's just that because we're up on the surface of the sun right now, the music itself isn't playing. Like, we'll get the full track once we go into the sun. Yes, we're going into the sun in a minute, but, you know. Well, I mean, you did what you thought was right. That's all we can ever do, Janana, so. Let's go chat with more of our friends, shall we? Gail, good to see you again. Sorry about not being there for you when you had to impale your girlfriend. So that's the cycle of energy from the sun back to the earth is... They never really explained it before this, but this is the technical term for it within the game's world itself, is metempsychosis. So... And we're still, I mean, we're data, but we're as corporeal as it gets being on the surface of the sun, so. It's possible. Maybe the cycle's coming to an end. Let's find out. Yeah, so that cycle of death and rebirth is metempsychosis, so. Well, Madame Cuvier, I'm glad you realized the error of your ways. We'll do the best we can to go from there. And for speaking to her, we get a Hope Diamond. Nice. So if you want to trick out the Rich Ring with the best stuff in the game, now you can. CeeLo, good to see you again. Everyone else is having like an introspective moment, and he's just like, man, I was such a badass. Did you see that? Only CeeLo. I love you so much. Yeah, why didn't you shoot the laser? Oh, well. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just go with it. He wanted to be a badass going out. Oh, look! Even the shop is here. So yeah, when I was talking before about how, well, where we're going, we won't be able to buy anything, that was total bullshit. The shop is right here. So... yes, I think there is another optional boss, super boss in this game. You have to play it on a New Game Plus in order to unlock it, though, and you have to do certain super bosses, I think on the regular New Game cycle, before you get to New Game Plus, in order to fight and defeat it. I want to say it's Satan, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know as much about this game's bonus bosses as I do about the first games, because I looked them up, so... That's an Atlas game. Reminds you of Magical Star Sign, a DS game that's literally baby's first JRPG from the theming to the story. And the sun has 2 planets inside of it. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was the developers saying, hey, we gave him this awesome scene, but, you know, we just thought about this. Why didn't we just have him shoot the laser? Ah, roll with it. Now that's dedication, Johnny. I'll take it. Alright, I think we got a few things we can sell to him as well. So, how are we doing on points? And yes, your rank is still tracked even here in the sun, so... And let's see if we have the ability to get him to that point. No, I think we sold all of our Manjasakas, so that's fine. We can sell these light balls, though. I mean, we're on the sun, so we won't ever need them. Keep the core shields, though, because, well, the sun gets hot, so of course we're going to need those. Let's get rid of this malachite, because we won't need that. And we'll start tricking out our crystals and stuff in a little bit. That's not really a huge deal. Or our rings with the crystals and the diamonds and all of that stuff. So... I'll also go ahead and distribute out the data that we have in a little while as well. So let's see, what do we need to buy here? We're still a little short on money in terms of buying like a huge chunk of mantras, but don't worry about that too much. We'll be able to fix that shortly. So New Game Plus content hurts you after Mega Man Battle Network 4. 2 New Game Plus playthroughs were mandatory to access the post-game. You never finished that third run. Yeah, see that? I don't feel like it should be mandatory. I feel like instead of it being mandatory, it should just be like... It shouldn't be mandatory for you to see all of the content to do New Game Plus, you know what I mean? It should be just optional, interesting things that you couldn't get on the first one that don't force you to play through all of that, you know what I mean? So, okay, we need about 221,000 more dollars in order to get to rank 7, and that's the final rank. So now there are rewards that you can get above rank 7 from like the bonus stuff that they give you, and they say, hey, pick one of these. But, well, we can't get that just yet, so. All right, anyway, let's exit out of here. And I am going to trick out the Rich Ring right now, actually, because we have exactly what we need for that. But first, let's chat with Roland. Well, yeah, in this particular case, because I missed one of the decisions in the first game, you're going to have to take Heat's place. I mean, he seems responsible enough. Yeah. So, let's hope. I mean, if he becomes the leader after everything's done, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on the kid, but I think he'll be okay. Let's chat with Heat, and then we'll use the save point, and we'll set our party up. Well, I mean, when you get immolated in malignant solar fire, there's only so much you can do before you die. Alright, Heat, we'll finish this for you and everybody else. Yes, I could just spend $220,000 and get that to the last rank if I wanted to. Yep, you could either buy or sell to get there. There isn't really anything that I would want to buy for that amount of money, though, at this moment. I would rather purchase some mantras, which is what I'm about to do, because Arjula and Roland, as it turns out, have mastered the mantras that they had equipped when we left them, so now they can move right along. And I think, so that gets you Skull Cleave, so what do I want to get for you? What was the decision I got wrong in DDS1 to get Heat? In the Castle of Illusion, there is a decision where Heat says that he's going to fight you. And the correct decision to get Heat in that case is to say, no, I can't fight Heat. And at the time, if I recall correctly, I said, no, that makes me sound like a pansy, and they'll probably be onto me if I say that. Like, they'll be onto the fact that we're trying to get Sarah back out of their hands by bluffing and doing all this stuff. So I said, no, I understand, I'll fight you. And apparently that was enough for me not to get Heat. So, all right, then. Whatever you say, game. Okay. Yeah, we basically said, bring it on, bitch. Yeah, pretty much. So I want Evil Spirit for Arjula and... Roland, we can pretty well take it easy with him. I think I want to get Vanquisher with him. Yeah, let's get Vanquisher with him, and then we'll work up from there. We'll just get their level 3s done before we go from there. So, we'll work him towards Power Charge. And, oh, by the way, everyone has leveled accordingly based on what your party was at when you entered the sun. So, like, CeeLo and Gale are the same level that they were, but Arjula and Roland have leveled up to 54. So, they're all basically where they should be. And Seraph is... also level 54, so yeah, that should help us out a little bit. What am I trying to do here? I want you to get Evil Spirit and work on getting to Wicked Curse, because once you have Seraphlore and Wicked Curse, you won't need much of anything else, but we will still learn mantras for you. Oh, yeah, hang on, I gotta do this real quick. Because the game likes to show your party, and I have to reform the party in order to make sure I have everybody in there that I want to use. So let's do that real quick. Hang on. Because basically when they throw you in here, only Seraph is in your party because, well, everybody else was out of the party. So let's do this, this, and this, and then if I do this... Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to start with Argila, Seraph, Roland, just like we had before. I'm going to equip the trick ring on Argila, so let's get that. I think, yeah, we've got it in our hands here. We will give you the rich ring, but I'm actually going to trick it out in a minute, and we'll give you the skull ring. There we go. And we'll bring CeeLo and Gale into the party in a little bit. I want to do this to demonstrate something, so we're going to do that. All right, so now we're going to reset the rich ring. That'll take all the gems that are in it out of it, because as you can see, we have a whole lot of good gems to put in this stuff. So, let's see. This gives +4 magic. This gives +3. I got to think if I want to use a pink crystal here, because I'm waiting until we get to rank 7 in the shop, because we gain access to a very nice ring that I'm going to have equipped for basically the rest of the game after we get it. So, but I need to think about how this works. Oh yeah, I can actually explain how Seraph's stats work, by the way. And this is the reason why I had Seraph raising his strength to 45. Because when they combined, like I said, the strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. So when they combined, the highest stat between Seraph or Sarah is now being used for Seraph's stats. So because Seraph's strength and vitality were higher than Sarah's, Seraph inherited that. Because Sarah's magic, agility, and luck were higher than Seraph's, Seraph inherited that. So that's why you kind of want to have them both doing different things, so that way they end up with some better stuff. Now, I think, if I recall correctly, we got Seraph's ammo, which is why I didn't want to equip the Gospel, because I didn't want it to accidentally get overwritten if I equipped it to Sarah. So now we can equip it. But I wasn't exactly sure how that worked, so I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose something good out of the whole thing. So if they're combined, why didn't their stats combine? That's like 150 or more magic. It's kind of, but it's just the highest out of the two stats. Unfortunately, it won't go higher than 99. Although I think with Sarah having 84 magic, I don't think I need to raise magic ever again in the rest of the game, because we're going to get a ring that lets me get to 99 magic, so I think it's just vitality from here. Can't just gouge them without really committing to that. Yeah, unfortunately. And it's kind of one of those situations where you need to know ahead of time how the game is going to play it. It's better if you know what the game's playing at later on, so that you can raise them as best as you possibly can in terms of stats. Like, you wouldn't possibly know that from the first playthrough, which is why when I did my first playthrough, I didn't really raise strength at all, and I had no idea. So I ended up with a very magically oriented Seraph. I think I had 99 magic right here, but yeah, not strictly necessary to do that. I can do this without, yeah, okay, seeing the other thing. Oh, we got the charm shot back, okay. Excuse me, it just unequipped it, that's fine. Then you can have that. And then you can have that for now, and you've still got the neutron shot, you've got the curse shot, that works. That's absolutely fine for now. We'll worry about more of that from later. You need to know ahead of time. It's really an Atlas game. It's like the spoiler demon in Nocturne table flip. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. So, all right, let's set up our skills, shall we? So, yeah, unfortunately, Argila and Roland are a little behind in terms of their skills. They've still got all, like, Bufula and all of that stuff. But fortunately for us, we have Seraph lore with Argila. What does it do? Well, you know how Mahamayan hits everything with expel damage and it reduces their HP by 4/5 of their maximum? Or of their current HP. Seraph Lore also does that. The difference between it and Mahamayan is that Seraph Lore has a 100% accuracy rating. Like, you know how Mahamayan hits 40% of the time? Seraph Lore hits 100% of the time. So as long as they're not immune in some way to expel damage, they're taking 4/5 of their HP in damage. It's atrocious. It's absolutely overpowered as sin, and I love it. It's very good, and we're going to be using it through the entirety of the final dungeon with absolutely no remorse whatsoever. Oh, and also, in addition to them getting the stats that I said there, Seraph also inherits all of the learned mantras from both Seraph and Sarah. So, Maiden that Sarah had, everything else like that, we've got it. Everything that they both had together will be combined. So you don't have to worry about losing out on anything when they turn into one being. Let's see. We've got Reincarnate. And Reincarnate is stronger than Megadolion. It's basically Megadolion, but it's stronger. So it's Black Viper? Is that the skill from Persona 5 that's, like, higher than Megadolion in terms of almighty damage? It also costs 99 MP, which is a lot, but I mean, if you mind charge this shit, it does 1,000 damage to everything on the battlefield. It doesn't even matter. Like, you get tons of damage out of this. I'll probably use it just to demonstrate it because it's not really critically important for me to use it in battle, but it's there if you want to use it. Let's see. You've got Tsukikaja. And let's get rid of all these things here for you for now. Let's see. Put Retaliate there. We got to give you back Zionga. And then Tsukikaja's good. What else have we got that I want you to have besides Makakaja? Vile Blade actually would be good. Actually, I don't need Zionga either because I can actually set that now. So there, that was what I was doing when I was thinking with portals in terms of Seraph's skill set. Because with Arjula and Roland in the party, now I can do this, and Arjula's got Bufu covered. So yeah, we had to think with portals a little bit in terms of all this stuff. So. You might hate Etrian Odyssey. The game punishes you for thinking you know things or just not knowing things, but there's literally no way to know without outside sources. Oh boy. I mean, I don't hate when a game does that, but it makes me feel pretty dumb my first playthrough, you know? When it does that. So, alright, I want to have... What's good here? I'm going to look it up, actually. Yeah, it's Black Viper. Single target, so it hits harder than Megadolion. Okay, yeah, so basically that. Yep. Although, in this case, Reincarnate hits everything, so... it still hits harder than Megadolion, but it's not as powerful. I'm going to look up the enemies in this next section, because basically my plan for the rest of the day, I'm not just going to sit here shooting the shit for the rest of the day. We're actually going to make a beeline through this first section of the dungeon to the best grinding spot in the game. And I'm actually going to use it over the weekend to learn some mantras, because I mentioned it before, but this dungeon does some wonky, gimmicky things with some of its later floors. So it's actually better, in my case, to just get the mantras done before we move on to all the gimmicky stuff where we might not even be able to eat. So. Like 600 plus damage poison that's party-wide, and you have no way of knowing the enemy can throw it out, and the best poison resistance accessory only gives 98% resistance. Oh boy. I love that. Sarcasm. Let's see here. We got that. So that's weak to nerve. That's weak to death, but we don't really have that with Arjula right now. I can fix that in a minute. Because we're going to put CeeLo and Gale in the party in a minute after we do this first fight that's coming out of here. That's weak to death. That's weak to light and charm. And that's weak to electric. Okay. So basically we want nerve and charm available. Yeah, welcome to an EO post-game fight. Pretty much. So we'll do both for right now, but eventually, like after this first fight, there's a fight that we're going to get into like as soon as we get in there. But as soon as we're done with that fight, I'm actually going to switch CeeLo and Gale into the party instead of Arjula and Roland, just for the first little bit of the dungeon until we get to the grind spot, so that way Arjula and Roland can kind of work their way up in terms of their mantras to get it so that they're ready for the dungeon itself. So until then, we'll stick with Arjula and Roland, then we'll get CeeLo and Gale in, so they can help out with the neural shocking and the charming and all of that stuff. You can have neural shock because you're going to be in the party in a little bit to do that. I want mutual karma for you. And we'll set Fatal Charm and Tsukikaja on Seraph once we move from there. Okay, and by doing what I just did, I avoided showing you Seraph's demon form, which they make a big deal out of as soon as we get on the elevator there, so we're gonna go do that in a second. Back to DDS2 talk. We're going into the sun, so does God have a metaphysical form? I would hope so. It's going to be kind of hard to fight God if he doesn't have some sort of metaphysical form. I mean, it could be like the end of Earthbound, where you end up fighting the Super Nintendo's background screen, but... yeah, I don't know. I think that wouldn't translate well into a PS2 game. So I would hope he has some sort of physical form. We're going to find out, aren't we? Let's head downstairs and see if we can figure it out. Alright. And no warning. When you get on this elevator, there's going to be a little fight that happens as soon as you get off, but they don't warn you this time. I hope you saved. Just in case of some bullshit. Yeah, it wouldn't work as well on this console generation, I don't think, so. I sense something. Something that makes my teeth hurt. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Bruxism Christ. Alright. Seraph, let's send this teeth-grinding motherfucker to the Shadow Realm. I'm Superman now, bitch! Superwoman? Super something. But yes, this is Arda in demon form. Very, very cool final demon form. Not quite as cool as Indra, but it's so fucking tall! Look at that shit! I mean, half of it is the horn, to be fair, but like, you have swords in your dragon arms, and you're like 30 feet tall. Like, oh my god! Yeah, hi, Ultraman. Anyway, so we've got Kingu here. He's not particularly weak to anything. I don't think he resists Seraflor, though, so I think he can just do this and show it off. Let's do this, Janana. Yeah, and that'll knock him down to 80% of his health, and that'll make it very easy to just blow him up like this. So that fight's a little trivial if you do that. But that's what I wanted, to demonstrate that, so, you know, it's probably for the best. Okay, so now that we've demonstrated that, we can actually take a look at Arda here, so let's go do that. Now, Arda, for some reason, probably because we've transcended the need for strengths and weaknesses, because we have the strengths of both and the weaknesses of neither, Arda has no weakness. This is why I didn't work on Fire God for either Surf or Sarah, because they don't need it. They're not weak to anything, so... yeah, it's such a cool demon design. Again, not as cool as Indra, but really cool. Also working on Surf's mantra, but Chakawalk is purchased on Seraph's grid, because like I said, they inherit everything on the grid from Surf and Sarah, so... okay, so now we can actually switch our party around again. I don't think I gave them any rings, but that's okay. Let's switch to CeeLo, Seraph, and Gale, and then we'll switch the rings around. Or did I give you the trick ring? I did give you the trick ring. See, I'm actually prepared this time. Okay, trick ring for you, skull ring for you. Skull ring will come in really handy in here. There's a lot of demons that like to try to use stuff like Blood Curse on us. But, I mean, that's pretty normal. That's been happening since, like, the last dungeon. Last couple of dungeons, really. So, okay, you got Neural Shock, Meteorama. I'll put Sukakaja on you, and Fatal Charm can stay there. We want Fatal Charm because there's a specific enemy in here that's only weak to Charm and Light. And since we don't have Seraflor to fall back on when we have this party, we're going to use Fatal Charm instead, and that'll be a good fallback for us. We do want Wicked Curse, though, because there's a certain enemy group that is incredibly weak to it, so we'll work on that. Also, I need to set Bufudine, so let's do that. A little bit of swapping around here to do, but that's okay. We'll give you Mutual Karma, we'll give you Mutual Karma, and then we'll go from there. Oh, I didn't even set Roland up properly. I was like, nah, I don't need him to do anything in this fight, so it's fine. He can just keep whatever he had. But he's set up now, so that's the important part. Okay. Now, so we are here on the second layer of the sun. The sun has a total of 6 layers, and each is like a little mini dungeon with its own separate... I don't want to say gimmick, because they don't all have gimmicks, but its own separate enemy groups and everything like that. So we'll see what we can do about that. So God is the only thing that resists Seraflor, right? Yes, God resists Seraflor. Anything that has a resistance or an immunity to expel will not get hit by Seraflor, so yeah. Oh yeah, and the thing about Impel Stones I was saying, also bullshit. You can buy them right here if you want more Impel Stones. So. I already have one, so no thanks. You don't need to earn a living, you're dead! Man, that's disgusting and you love it, Seraflor. Oh yeah, for sure, I get that. And here is the Karma Ring Creator. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. Well, don't regret it. Your karma rings have come in really handy around here. He has a separate line of dialogue. If you come here in New Game Plus and you have all of the karma rings, he'll give you a karma ring that is better than the ring you get from beating the Demi-Fiend. So that's something. I think it gives, like, if I remember right, the Demi-Fiend's ring gives you plus 10 to all stats, and the ring he gives you... No, actually, there's a ring you get in this game that gives you plus 20 to all stats, but the Karma Ring Creator doesn't give that one to you. You get that from a super boss. The Karma Ring Creator gives you one that makes you essentially the Demi-Fiend equipped with Masakados from Nocturne, where you're immune to all standard elements. So like all elemental attacks, all ailment attacks, and physical attacks are all nullified because you have that ring equipped. It's really busted, but at the same time, you're using up a ring slot, and you only get... I think it only has one slot in it, so you really can't raise your stats like crazy with it. So it's not balanced, but it's about as balanced as you can get for a ring that negates almost everything in the game, so... Alright, so now, second layer of the sun. You go left or right. We're going to make a beeline for the third layer, because that's where the grind spot is. So we're going to head off this way and see what we can do while we're here. So those areas over there are obviously a lot hotter than every other section of the sun, so you probably want to use a core shield before you go over it. So let's do that. And do I want to use an Estoma spray? Yeah, I guess I kind of do. Just to make it a little easier for us to get there. So, alright, off we go. And if I'm twisting or turning around a corner, I think I remember the way through here to get to the third layer a little bit. Not quickly, but faster than you would if you were just exploring around. So, we'll see what we can do about that. Ow! Hi, Cachulian, and thanks for the crit. Okay, well, at least he stopped. Cachulian, or Kukulan, I keep mispronouncing his name, is weak to nerve, so... And poison, if you have it, but... we got this, so that'll work in our favor. I don't remember what he resists, though. I probably should have looked that up while I was looking at the thing. Do you resist charm? Kukulin, that's how you pronounce it, Kukulin. We'll pronounce it Kukulin for now until we get to Final Fantasy XII. I am not pronouncing that bundle of flesh as Kukulin. That's Cachulian. So... Alright, anyway, so here's an elevator. The thing about this floor, this layer really, is that there are a lot of one-way hallways. So you gotta be careful where you go, that you don't end up in a one-way hallway. So I think we want to go that, but I'm not sure. This is the part that I'm not 100% sure about, but I think I remember my directions. It's actually this way. Well, we're gonna find out in a second. Ah, Horace is here. And Horace loves using Magic Repel, which is a little unfortunate for us, but we'll do what we can. It's fine. Let's see. So, none of that, which means let's just do... I'm going to Sugakaja because we're going to be physical attacking, so let's just whack you upside the head. And then let Seraph do it. Stab you with the sword. So yeah, Magic Repel is a bit of a pain in the ass, but he's weak to Dark once he stops Magic Repelling, so that's what we'll go do in a second. Kukulin's a bro in Fate. Also, you aren't in the sun, you're inside of a body. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, if God is the sun, this could be God's body that we're transporting through. Didn't think we'd be coming all the way back to Final Fantasy Legend 2 and going inside Key's body this quickly, now did ya? But apparently, here we are. Blech! I love the swords in Seraph's arms. It's so, like, metal and ridiculous. I love it. Alright, let's see here. This is not the way I want to go. This is a dead end. Alright, well, at least we know that now. Don't gotta explore that little bit when we come back here. After we make a beeline for the, what's it called? For the third layer. We're actually going to come back here to the second layer, and we're going to re-explore everything, so... But we'll worry about that in a little while. Can I eat you when you're not, stunned like that at this point? Yes, I can. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Let's see. So you're weak to poison and nerve. I think Kukulin has a ton of resistances. I know that much for a fact. So you got to be a little careful when you're trying to munch on him. Definitely don't use wind. Wind is like the worst possible thing you could do here. So. Also like how it just like articulatingly opens to use an item. I don't know, it's just, I love the design, it's great. All the demon designs for the characters in this one are great. And I mean for the enemies too, but I'm more used to those ones because I've seen them in other games. In this one, these are exclusive. You don't see these in other SMT games, so I like it. Okay, so here we want to go this... wait. No, we don't want to go that way. So these holes are also one way, of course. They'll knock you back down the floor. And they could get you some exclusive treasure if you go in the correct direction, but I don't think that's the correct direction. As a matter of fact, we can check. Yeah, it would just put us down there, right over here, next to where we were. So we don't want to go there. Well, hang on, I'm standing on hot metal. Okay, never mind. Or hot rocks. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Core shield. We're good. There we go. And yeah, you remember how in the sewers in the first game you floated through all those water areas? Well, they found a way to put it in the second game too. Except here we're floating inside the sun. So that's fun. You're weak to guns, right? Yes, you are. Perfect. Oh yeah, and Seraph doesn't use a gun. Instead, Seraph fires a sutra at the enemy by using the prana beam. That's hilarious. Oh man, it's just, I don't know. I just find that really funny for some reason. Okay, so we can have Gale eat, actually. I'm just going to do this, and then we'll pass the turn. We also did 400 damage on that critical there. Now, granted, Horus is weak to it, but, like, holy shit. So. Hey, Nitro, how's it going? Welcome. We went to the sun! Oh, also, Horus drops magic data, just like he did in the first game, so that's cool. And everybody's level 54 now. And look at how close we all are with our experience there. The only one who's a little behind is CeeLo, but that's okay. Yeah, everybody gets pretty even experience when it comes to this stuff, except CeeLo because he was just in the party like 2 seconds ago, so. Kind of wish guns actually did damage here. That 16 damage was middling. It's just because CeeLo's using an SMG, his gun shots aren't really supposed to be there for damage. They're more supposed to be there for, like, shooting multiple enemies that have all have a weakness to guns, so it's more of an AoE type of a deal than a actual damaging thing. If you want damaging gunshots, you're gonna need to talk to Argela or Seraph. So yeah, it's nice. We're making progress. That's the important thing. Here are the treasure chests of the sun. We get a Soma out of this one, but they're all lotus flowers. I wonder what that's trying to tell us. I guess we have to go that way. So that's what we'll go do. Unfortunately, you can still get into Berserk battles here in the sun. I mean, I guess it makes sense. This is where the solar data is at its most malignant because it hasn't even left the sun. But there's also a new enemy there, Scotty. We'll worry about her when we actually get to that point. And I guess, yeah, we gotta go down this way because the game ain't giving me no choice. And this will bring us here. So we're... I thought that was the way to go. Maybe it's the other side and I'm just thinking dumb. Well, anyway, since we're here, we'll explore this section. Yeah, Seraph with the weird Hulk arms isn't all that great in Berserk form. It's hit or miss, I guess, so. Alright, so we've got Scotty, and Scotties are weak to electricity, so let's do this. Mazio Dynagogo. I like those 2 shocks, that'll work. Smorgasbord, and actually this is fine because when we go back towards the eastern section, we'll be able to go back to the save point and we'll be able to get Roland and Argela some new mantras because they're probably going to finish the ones they're working on right now. So, yeah, at the very least, Roland will finish Vanquisher, so. And actually, Gale's almost done with Bolt Gods, so that's pretty good too. Yes, exactly. The theme song of the sun is a remix of the mantra grid, and I think that's really, really appropriate because, well, all of the data that you're consuming in order to learn mantras comes from God. So it eventually cycles back to him, and then you're using it yourself. So it's, yeah, I really enjoyed the music of this whole game, and the final dungeon I think is fairly appropriate. It's not too obtuse or invasive of music either, which makes sense because this is the longest dungeon in the game, so of course it's going to be a little... you don't want something that's going to be grating on the ears when you're going to be listening to it the whole time, you know? We're probably consuming pure Atma here, yes, and that's probably why it gets us the most AP out of any place in the entire game, because the Atma in this area is, like, just being expelled from God, so yeah, we're probably consuming the purest Atma that any of these games have ever given us, so. And don't worry about it too much if Roland and Argela, like, miss out on some AP for right now. Once we get to that grind spot, we'll be smooth sailing from there, so. Alright, so we got Vanquisher for you. Is there anything else at level 3 that you need? I think you're done at level 3, right? Yeah, you're done at level 3. We could work on getting you Power Charge, which is up this way. Yeah, Demon Soldier. Whoops, that's not what I want. This one. We'll work on getting you your dying skills in a little bit as well, but we're not too concerned about that for right now. So, and I think that's it, because Argela's not quite done yet. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, don't even worry about it if CeeLo or Gale miss out on a little AP either, because, again, once we get to the grind spot, we'll be in perfect shape. Does that mean we're consuming beings and literally eating them out of the cycle of reincarnation? I mean, we were doing that to begin with, actually. So the way that Atma cycles in this universe of the game is that God, when something dies, God takes their solar data and recycles it and reincarnates them onto the planet. They don't remember necessarily who they are, who they were before, or anything like that, but they become a new being. When a demon consumes Atma, it takes the energy out of the cycle of reincarnation, which is why God is so pissed off, because demons ruling the world and preventing the cycle of reincarnation is kind of not what is in his design. So, yeah, he's not very happy about it. So, yeah, we're doing it at step 1 instead of step 10 or so now. Yeah, so it's a little bit... It doesn't take as long for it to get there. At least now God is like, well, I mean, they're doing it, but at least they're doing it, like, right here, you know what I mean, where I can do something about it, so. I forget if Scotty is immune to ailments, now that I think about it. I don't think Cucullin is immune to Maziodyne, though, so let's try that. Yeah, okay. I mean, he resists it, but, like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. We'll do this because then CeeLo can Neural Shock and probably get rid of him. Or at least get him close. Yeah, there we go. So I can do this. Gotcha! I'll take that. Yeah, I should be just spyglassing. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's fine. We got it. I just want to finish these fights in one turn to make sure I have enough money to buy all these really expensive endgame mantras, that's all. Okay, so try to remember the holes here, because there will be a lot of holes upstairs from here. We want to... Our target is the 5th floor, so that's where we want to get to, if possible. I think we need to use a core shield, so I'm just going to check. Also, we got 2 quick data again, so now, just because I gave CeeLo those 2 quick data, it doesn't matter now, because Argela will be able to catch up to him in terms of that stuff. So... I don't even think the Astoma Spray is helping, to be honest with you, but I'll keep using it for a little bit. Yeah, here's another elevator to the 3rd floor, so this one should take us to familiar territory for me. And actually... No, I can't kill Cucullin if I don't do this exactly this way. So I was thinking I could Spyglass here, but... Nah. I'll just do this the exact same way we just did it, because it worked, so... It's a little bit MP intensive for CeeLo, but he'll get a chance to eat, so I'm not too worried about it. Or that'll happen, and then he'll get the chance to eat now. This is actually a good remix of the Mantra Grid theme. Yes, it's a really good remix. I quite enjoy it, and again, I'm glad that it's a solid remix of it, because the last thing you want when the game is going to have you go through a 10-hour-long dungeon like this one is for the dungeon music to be... like grating or, you know, a little too over the top. Like, it could be over the top because it's Final Dungeon music and it would be justified, but if it's too over the top, when you're spending so much time here, eventually it'll get grating on your ears. So I'm glad that they kind of went lo-fi with it, you know. Okay, which door? Excuse me. I think it's this door. This one's a two-way door, though, so you can actually... Yeah, as you can see there, you can go back and forward. If it's a one-way door, you probably went the wrong way, if you're trying to make a beeline like I am, so... Angel's plan was to turn everyone into demons. This is literally what happened in Stellar Glow. It's just delaying the inevitable. Yeah. Angel's plan was to turn everyone into demons so that they could end the cycle of reincarnation by having everyone on the planet consume all the Atma on the planet, which would literally make them outside of God's influence. So that was her plan. It didn't work, thankfully, but yeah, that was her plan from the start. Okay, so here's the guy that we need to talk about. Girame Kala. He is the one that is weak to Charm and Panic. He's also not resistant to Maziodyne, so we're going to do that right now. And then we'll do some Charm and Panic in a second once... Oh, actually, that helps a little bit. Don't try to hit him, though, with anything outside of a Hunt skill if he's shocked, because I think he repels physical attacks, just like in Nocturne, so... Let's just do this. There we go. That'll work. The similar story beats are starting to kill you. Oh boy. I mean, if Stellar Glow came out at around a similar time to this, then it was probably either, like, they probably were, the people that made the game were probably inspired by one another. A lot of Japanese developers around this time got inspired by one another, so I wouldn't be shocked. I'll tell you who might be shocked in a second, though, is these two. Oh yeah. There we go. It's all coming together now, isn't it? I should have had Surf Eat there, but that's okay. Or Seraph. Gonna have to get used to that. Oh, Stellar Glow came out in 2015. Well, maybe they were inspired by this game story then. I don't know. Alright, small data node. That's what we want. Because at the small data node, we can switch Argela over to getting Wicked Curse. And that's all she really needs is... Once she has Wicked Curse, she can hit the only enemies in the next section of the sun that are immune to Expel. And then if anything else comes along, she can just hit them with Seraflor, and we can be fine from there, which makes grinding very convenient. So, we also unlock the Sublime Bolt mantra, so if you want it, here it is. It's $600,000, but it gets you Narukami, which is the severe multi-targeting electric elemental attack. I just think it's too expensive for the amount of damage that it does. 48 MP isn't too much at this point in the game, but it's more than I want to have happen, so yeah, we're gonna not do that. Okay, so do we want to plug in the Overlord, or do we want to go with Godly Beast next? I think we'll go with, well, actually, yeah, I can buy it. Barely, but I can buy it. Alright, there we go, Gale. We're going to have to start worrying about our money pretty soon, but like I said, when you get to the grind spot, that'll all be a thing of the past. Don't even worry about it. You're not done with that yet. You're not done with that yet, but you are done with this, so let's do that. And there goes my wallet again! Image Epoch was around for a while. Okay, yeah, then they might have found some inspiration from some of their peers. Gets you Narukami. Okay, Atlas planned that out too, since that's an electric skill. Yeah, I mean, Narukami, if I remember right, literally translates to Lightning God, so... Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they planned that one out. CeeLo, you're probably going to be sitting on Death Spirit for a little bit, because I don't know if I have the money to buy you anything else for now. So, that's okay. Yeah, you Narukami. Yep, I know. That was why they named him that. Because he was the electric guy in that game, even though Kanji learned some electric skills too. Kanji was more of a physical attacker with electric skill supplements, so... Okay, we got some new mantras. Let's head up. Like I said, we're aiming for the 5th floor, so once we go down through that way and around, we'll be practically there, so... Do I need the core shield again? They fucking planned out everything. Atlas is Universe Brain. They absolutely are. They... Around this time, like, this was where they were really hitting their stride in terms of games being... Like, the games that they were developing. There's a reason why a lot of people find that this is the best era for Atlas games, and I'm kind of right there with them when it comes to this sort of stuff. I love Nocturne. I love, I love DDS 1 and 2. I like Persona 4 Golden as well, so, then, I mean, Golden itself came out after this era, but Persona 4 Vanilla came out in this era, so, not really shocking. Play the long game before we even know that there's a game to play. Yeah, that's what they were up to, yep. Now, we do get a good chunk of money out of each fight here. I mean, if you end it in one turn, like I just did there, you get $25,000, which is pretty good. That'll help us with getting to the stuff that we need. I'll explain all about what we're going to do with the money situation when we get to the third layer, which shouldn't be too long from now. If we go this way... Oh, hang on. Hot coals! Don't want to step on that. I'm not in Hawaii. I'm not trying to walk over hot coals here. Okay, so that hole just leads back down. This leads to where we want to go, though. 25K. Now do it 100 times. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that's worth... What would that be? You'd have to add 2 more zeros to 25,000, so that'd be 2.5 million. I don't know if there's anything in the game that's that expensive. 1.5 million, yes, but 2.5 million, I don't think so. Okay, so here's the enemy that is actually immune to Seraflor in these various layers here. You'll encounter her occasionally, Athena, and she's immune to Expel, so you can't use Seraflor on her, so you gotta use something else, but that's what we have Neural Shock for, because she's not immune to status ailments and all of that sort of stuff. So, just go nuts with that. Use Wicked Curse if you got it. But don't use Wicked Curse if Kukulin is still on the field, because he doesn't like that very much. Can you eat Athena? She doesn't have much HP. Nah, not quite. But we can knock her down to where she's almost ready to be eaten, so that's cool. Let's see here. Don't I just Neural Shock? Yeah, I kind of do. In case you don't know, that's your plan for 14. Do the level 40 crafter leaves 100 times to go from the mid-40s to 60. Make 300 high-quality turn-in items. 100 high-quality crafts, so 33 leaves. Oh, okay, gotcha. I think that's kind of what I ended up doing at one point. Like, I ended up doing some low-level crafting leaves, but like a bazillion times in a row, like over the course of several weeks when I was playing A Realm Reborn. And that's how I ended up with a leather worker at like level 57 or something when we started Heaven's Ward. So, now that being said, you could always do the Heaven's Ward crafter leaves, because those, the large-scale ones, and not just the large-scale ones, the small-scale ones give you a ton, and I mean a ton of experience points, if you can manage those. It takes, I mean, they're not as easy to do. If you have a lot of money, you could always just buy what they need from the market board, but that's kind of cheating, so... I could see why you might not want to do that and do it yourself, you know. But I definitely did a whole bunch of that, so... And I got my crafters up. I think if I remember right, I had like a survival manual or something. No, I had some sort of experience bonus going. I forget what it was. No, you know what it was? It was because I bought high-quality items. And I think if I remember right when I did this for Carpenter, I got Carpenter from like... I want to say 52 to 55 in a single high-quality leave turn-in. So that's absurd, like the amount of... And I think that was a large-scale one, though, so that's not like a single one. But a large-scale one, which cost 10 leaves, got me like, oh, I can't do this. Because he's got... Oh, no, Electric Drain, not Magic Repel. Never mind. I'm the dumb. That's okay. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, right, Electric Drain. I just said it! Why did I do that? At least he can't use it against me this time. My brain is coming out through my ears, apparently, at this point. But yeah, we won't have to worry about Fatal Charm too much after this because, well, we'll have Seraflor, and he's weak to Seraflor, so we'll even get a press turn out of it. So that'll work. Let's just make Diorama. There we go. And up we go to the 5th floor. You're an adept carpenter, you only know how to make mithril lances. I mean, that's all Heaven's Ward really needs, so you can really find some good work in Ishgard. You need to get Leatherworker up and actually become a Weaver, and then effing Mastercraft books. Hate Mastercraft books just for trying to get them. Yeah, Mastercrafts are something. This door looks a little different. You know what that means. Okay, so we got to set up for a boss fight here, so let's do that. If you have any sort of Bufu skills, you're going to want to set them. Additionally, if you have Fire Drain, you're going to want to set it. So that's what I'm going to do. We don't need Neural Shock for this, though. So let's set Makakaja and Sukakaja. Actually, I'll just set Makakaja. That's fine, because I'm going to use Charge anyway. So because I'm going to have Mind Charge on Seraph. It's also why I didn't get Mind Charge for Sarah, even though she had higher magic power, because, well, they were going to get it when they turned into Seraph anyway, so it's, you know. I'm playing the long game as well, but that's because I knew it was going to happen beforehand. Let's see. CeeLo, you have Void Fire, right? Yeah, you do. Okay, I'm going to stick that on you instead of Consume, because you won't need that for this fight. We don't need Fire Repel. We want Fire Drain instead, so let's stick that there. You've got Bufudine, which is mostly what you need for this particular section. We want Ice Boost. We want Ice, not Fire Amp. Ice Amp as well. I'm just going to stick that down there. And we want Mind Charge, so let's grab that too. Let's see. There it is. Stick that right there. And that should be good. So now for Gale, he really doesn't need a whole lot. Skull Cleave is pretty nice for him, though. I'll keep Zeodyne just in case. We'll stick Power Charge on him as well. And then we want Secunda, of course, because that'll come in handy for using Debilitate and stuff. So we'll do that. Let's set up his Electric Resist. He won't need Electric Resistance for this fight, but it's nice to have anyway. Just so you can set it for when we're done with all of his mantras and stuff, so he doesn't have a weakness. We have Pyrophlegathon. I don't think I looked at this in the skill list, actually. So it's like... What's the fire equivalent skill? It's better than Trisagian, which I think is the mega damage fire skill that you get at the end of the fire mantra line. So it's better than that. It does more damage than that. So yeah, it's pretty strong. It's 70 MP to use, but yeah, it's still pretty strong. Alright, so I think that's about all we need, really, because we're going to do Debilitating and we're going to do Charging, so that should be okay for us. Do I want the Change Ring for CeeLo? I don't think I particularly need it. I kind of just want to keep the Trick Ring for now. It's pretty good for us, so. And, trying to think if there's anything else. I don't need you to do anything or you to do anything. And I know Argela's got Bufula, so she would come in handy for this fight. But we only need Mind Charge Bufudine. Just trust me on that. That's all we'll ever need for this one. Actually, I am going to give CeeLo the Change Ring so I can do some press turn shenanigans once we're done. And also, in addition to that, I'm not sure if this boss has a Dekunda or Dekaja script. So it's probably better that I don't start the battle with +2. So... You want to make cool primal stuff, though? You want to make your own Bismarck Fountain? Oh, yeah, then yeah, you definitely need the Mastercraft books if that's the case, because the Bismarck Fountain, yeah, you need that, and it's very expensive if you don't. You fighting Cert or something? It's like, what is the skill? Prometheus? Why, there's so many Karma Rings for real. Oh, the Karma Ring creator was busy. As to if we're fighting Cert, yes and no. We're fighting a fire demon, but, well, he might be a little more familiar to us than Cert. So, there's a strange presence beyond the door. What kind of strange presence? Let's go find out. Harley? What the hell are you doing here? Well, actually, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Everybody's solar data ascended to the sun, so... But yes, at the end of each sun layer, God will test you by having you fight a souped-up version of one of the bosses from DDS1. So that's just great. Thankfully, Harley was a pushover in the last game. And he's going to be a pushover here. What isn't a pushover is his music. Take a listen to this. So yes, good music in its own right, but, like you just said there, Marie, the boss theme from DDS1 is mixed into this electro dance mix version of Big Battle. That's fantastic. So yes, it's very appropriate for the situation that we're in, of course. Let's see, how do we want to do this? So we're going to want to Void Fire like every single turn at the very least. So let's, how about we do this? Oh good, Casitas. Different Casitas, by the way. It's the, yeah, it's the Mega Ice Damage skill. So it's a different form of Casitas than the one that you're thinking of, the one from the actual Mantra Grid. I don't know why they didn't just name it something else, but whatever. Anyway, let's get a press turn. He's still weak to ice, just like he was in the first game. So we'll take advantage of that while we can, and then let's debilitate him. We'll charge up next turn. And then we'll go from there. But let's Void Fire first. That's the idea, Harley. Oh good, Psycho Rage. Now the thing you gotta be careful of when you're using Voids is that they only eat 2 press turns, and once they eat those press turns, it's gone. The shield is gone. So in this case, we will eat Firestorm, but he'll still have a press turn left. So, and we won't be immune to fire after that. Not a big deal, because nobody's weak to fire in this team anymore, because Seraph isn't weak to it at all anymore, but it still does decent damage, so you gotta be a little careful anyway. I could heal, but instead of that, I kind of want to do this. Oh wait, he's got the drain on. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and we, of course, we do a lot of damage to him when he does that. I need to get my brain to wake up, because apparently my brain is asleep right now. And also, this is probably going to hurt a little bit. Ow. Yeah, gonna hurt a little bit. And probably CeeLo and Gale are gonna be dead. So that's fun. Oh, thankfully we dodged there, so I gotta do a little crowd control here. Hold on, we'll charge up in a second. So I want to do a bead. We'll use our last bead. We got gems. I know Gale's only at 10 HP and CeeLo's low, but we've got Fire Drain. No, we don't have Fire Drain. Okay, well, this is going to be a bit of a problem then. I got a Magic Mirror, right? Yeah, Magic Mirror then. So that will repel Firestorm back at him. And I'm actually perfectly okay with the fact that he just did that. That's no big deal. Let's see here. Could have named it Boreas. Yeah, probably. It's been almost 2.5 hours. You're getting sleepy too. Can't you just pass and have CeeLo use Fire Drain? I could have him use Void Fire, but then it'd be similar to that other turn where you use Psycho Rage and then he used Firestorm after the Void Fire happened. So, how do I want to do this where I can charge and heal and Fire Drain on the same... I can't really charge, heal, and Fire Drain on the same turn. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to do this. I'm going to Mind Charge. And then I'm going to Fire Drain. Why didn't I set Fire Drain on Gale? Now I got to do this. Hold the phone. We'll do this. I keep thinking I have Fire Drain on Gale. And I do. I just didn't set it for some reason. Well, whatever. How about well done? And by that I mean you. Well done. There we go. Now I don't have to heal. Alright. Change Ring and Go-Go. We will charge right now. Then we will pass Change Ring and Fire Drain. And that'll basically be the rest of the boss fight. I'm going to have Gale attack at some point. It's just I gotta make sure that I get around to everybody's stuff here. The Change Ring is absurd, yes. It's one of the best rings in the game for sure because of the press turn abuse that you can do with it. It's fantastic and I love it. Alright, so we can't attack him for this turn because we've only got Bufudyne as a magical attack. I probably could have accounted for that by setting, like, Reincarnate or something, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. We could charge up again while we're at it, now that I think about it. I mean, we can't do anything else this turn, so might as well. Then we'll pass Change Ring, Fire Drain. We'll get around to Gale Power Charging eventually, don't worry. Just gotta, you know, get my turns. You can, in fact, Mind Charge Reincarnate, yes. So. And it does a lot of damage. Like, if we used it right now, it'd probably do about 1,000, so. Not gonna hit for a weakness hit, but, well, we've got that handled this turn, so. Alright, let's see if we can do some crazy bullshit shenanigans with the change ring here. Alright, let's move Fudyne off a Mind Charge. Yeah, that's 2,000 damage. And we're not even at max power yet. This isn't even my final form, Harley. Alright, we got a power charge up. That's good. Change ring a go-go. So yeah, once CeeLo gets the charges and everything off, he's kind of just gonna hang out for a little bit. We can Mind Charge and Fire Drain, right? Because I can Mind Charge, pass Gale's turn, Change Ring, and then Fire Drain. Yes, that does in fact work. This is ridiculous. Look at this shit. Oh, man. I love the change ring. It's fucking ridiculous because you can do stupid shit like what I just did there, and it just makes so much sense. Okay, well, we're not going to be able to do it this turn, but that's okay. We can always attack with something else, like Xandine or Pterodine or something like that. I don't think he resists anything except for fire, so it's probably fine if we just do this. Do that, and we'll Fire Drain, and we'll let Gale Skull Cleave. Hey, Adam, how's it going? God is not dead yet. No, you didn't miss it. We just got to the sun, like, half an hour ago, so we're not quite there yet. We're getting there. We're fighting the first boss of the sun, so... You're guessing 1700-ish, so you're stronger than you realized or guessed. And just imagine what's going to happen when we get our magic to 99. Oh, man. I don't know about that, Harley. I think your number is up, my friend. Yeah, for sure. Alright, CeeLo. Shenanigans ensues again. And off you go, Harley. Yeah. Not nearly as hard as the first few turns made it look like. I was just being a ditz, so there you go. And there goes his solar data. And we got a whole bunch of stuff out of that, so every boss will give you a pretty solid chunk of money, especially with the Rich Ring on. Lots of karma points, and then they'll give you an item. In this case, we got a Soma drop. We got a bunch of mantras mastered, so that's good. If you only didn't have a weakness to... Yeah, good God, that damage, I know. And again, this isn't even my final form. We'll get there. Thought we mastered Arcane, Death Spirit. We got Battle Demon mastered. We got a little money now, so we can buy something. And CeeLo got almost none of the stats that matter. What'd you find, CeeLo? Thanks. I don't know how I caught it with my dragon arms, but it's a chakra pot, so that's cool. Okay, so like I said, we don't actually need any magic because, as I recall, when we equip the ring that I want to get in a little while, we'll be able to max out our magic just by equipping it. So we're just going to put Vitality for a little while. Eventually we'll have 99 Vitality and 99 magic because of the ring that I'm going to get, but it's a strong ring. We just can't get it till rank 7, that's all, so... Well, I'm glad to have you on the team there, Gale. And he gave us a great chakra. Nice. Arjula got all the stats that matter. Well, except agility, but she'll work on that. Yeah, it's going to take a little getting used to. Trust me, I know. Oh, another great chakra. Nice. And Roland got some strength and vitality. As you can see, as he levels up, he starts to favor strength and vitality very heavily at the expense of his magic, just like Heat did. So, yeah. Now that Seraph is a thing, that means you won't age into dust now, right? Yes, Seraph does not need the inhibitor. Like I said, the strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. So Seraph is, well, not immortal, but, like, a lot more resistant to dying than Sarah was when it came to the fact that she had to be on the inhibitor, so... Yeah, no deaths here from that. The only deaths here are going to be from fighting all these demons off. Oh, and Harley had a treasure. What do you got? A Manjusaka. Nice. That's a solid plant to sell, and that'll get us probably halfway to rank 7, to be frank. Excuse me. But that's it for the second layer. Let's head up to the third layer. Ah, who's this? So this is real Arjula. So there's Arjula that's in our party, and then real Arjula, and a bit of a distinction there. I don't know about that. You made a big mistake, but thankfully your solar data was reincorporated into AI Arjula, and, well, she did a lot better of a job. She actually sacrificed herself for something meaningful. So, let's see here. How do we want to do this part? I think we'll leave this party for now. Actually, no. We'll bring Argela and Roland back into the party because, as it turns out, because of the not only because of the fact that they need the mantras, but the skills that they have actually translate very well to this next grind spot that we're about to get to. So we'll get to that in a second, though. Let me fix the rings. There's that. There's that. And I'll just give you back the trick ring. There we go. We'll give you back the skull ring. There you go. Kind of shores up his lower-ish magic stat a little bit, you know. So, all right. Death resist. I'll just stick that on, just to get rid of it. Mamudo. Oh lord, look at all this stuff. Eventually, I'm going to replace Terunda with Wicked Curse, but we don't have that just yet, so I gotta wait a little bit before that happens. Okay. As long as you don't have relations with your boss. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. But in this case, she was having relations with... Well, actually, technically, Heat was her boss. So she was having relations with not her boss, but somebody else. So, it's still a little gross, but, you know. So actually, thinking about it, it's probably for the best if you set Zeodyne on Seraph. Like, if you have your skills the same way that I have my skills, you could set Zeodyne on Seraph there, so even if he Ice Drains in that fight, you could just counteract that by hitting him with... what's it called? Zeodyne, a Mind Charge Zeodyne, for that matter. So, let's see, we want Agidyne back, we want Neural Shock, and we want Tsukakaja. And we want, actually we want Agidyne and Zeodyne because Argela's got Bufudyne covered, so. Let's put that there. Let's get Zeodyne going. I'll have to keep that in mind for boss fights coming up, because I'm pretty sure nothing in here except for... There's like one boss in the later sections of this dungeon that resist electricity out of all of them, so... We won't have to worry about it for a little while anyway. Let's see, Ingest goes there. Paralyze goes there. And now let's put Ingest Mana. Different Ingest. So you've got Tsukakaja. So I might not need Tsukakaja on you that badly, but I guess I'll keep it because, I mean, I guess it's better than not having it, you know. Maybe... No, I don't need Bufudyne just yet. Eventually, a lot of Seraph's skills are going to have to be set for attacking moves because of the fact that we'll just plain old need them in order to get through some of the fights that we have to do later. But for now, you can kind of coast on just having these four. It's another reason why I want to master a whole bunch of mantras right here. But before I even talk about that, let's actually get there, you know? Oh, this place is cool. For the PS2, this is a pretty interesting setup they've got going on here. You're floating through space. There's a light bridge that you're going across to get to these different sections. Yeah, this is some top-class PS2 stuff they got going on here, so... Okay, actually this hallway that I'm in right here is the grinding spot that I was talking about. The reason why it's the grinding spot is because every single thing that you'll encounter in this hallway is in some way vulnerable to Seraph lore. Or Wicked Curse if you find an Athena, but, well, you don't gotta worry about that too much. There were more Athenas on the second layer, which is why you don't want to grind there. Here, there's a nice straight-on hallway that you can float back and forth in. You just use a magic reed and you'll encounter a whole bunch of enemies while you're at it. And then from there, just go nuts. Fight and kill as many things as you can. You can pretty much end every single fight in a single round using Seraph lore and then eating. So that works pretty good. And the enemies, of course, give a whole ton of AP, which will allow you to master a whole bunch of other things, including that, which will get us Wicked Curse. Perfect. That's what we needed. So let's even set that for Argela. So yes, I have planned this out very carefully and very astutely to make sure that we get everything we need at just the right moment, and this is that moment. Now, as for a save point, if you need one, if you go over here, you can go into this room. There's another treasure right here, so let's grab this while we're at it. And this is another revival gem. That'll help. And there's a large terminal right here which lets you teleport back to the surface of the sun and heal up if you need to. So essentially, I'll show you what my grinding technique is going to be. Let's go back to the surface first. Whoops, hang on. Try that one again. There we go. Yeah, heavy resistance to physical damage if not frightened. Okay. Yeah, that's usually it's something, but that's how it works pretty much. They're resistant to physicals. So, what can you do? All right, sell that Manjsaka to Johnny. You can also talk to your party members at any point while you're here. I don't think they say anything new though for the entire dungeon. So, this is pretty much Seraph's spiritual trip. So, through very trippy reality. Okay, that'll get us closer. But yeah, ideally you want to get as close as you can to rank 7. And actually, it might not be too difficult to get there either, because the enemies that are in that hallway, you may occasionally encounter a Lilith. And Liliths drop, I don't think they drop Manjasakas, but I think they drop Jasmine, which is the next level below Manjasaka in terms of what you're selling. So that'll get you a whole bunch of money. And then I think the Scotties drop whatever's one level below that, which is a rose, I think. But they drop a bunch of flowers there too, which is pretty nice to have. And obviously, as you can see, we're not too far away from getting to the last rank. Now, what I do want to know is, what ammo do you have, Johnny? Because that might help me get to the next rank a little quicker. You don't have the shot that I actually want. That's at rank 7, unfortunately. So, okay, that's fine. We'll just go, you know, kill a whole bunch of things and get all the stuff that I want to get so that we can move along from there. Let's replenish our core shields. Are the enemies here even carrying money? That's a good question. I think that one comes down to, because it's an RPG, unfortunately. I don't think that one has a specific explanation to it. So, let's see. I mean, we could buy some revival gems, really, and that would probably be good. But I need to buy a whole bunch of mantras right now, so I should probably hold on my money. I'll probably try to get the shop to rank 7. Like, we'll come back here and we'll do that at the start of the next episode, basically. But before we end the day, let's get some new mantras, and then I'll show you my grinding method, basically. And it's just, I mean, it's literally just going back and forth with a magic read on, but I'll demonstrate it anyway, just so I can show you what happens. Because they want you to be able to keep thinking this is a game which holds this glorious experience back. It's an experience. It's a new reality. Okay, well, we got Wicked Curse for Argela, so she can access death now, so that's good. What else do we want? I think the main thing that we want after that is we want her to start working on her dyings, so... And CeeLo has unlocked a new mantra as well, the Vicious God mantra. And that one's 1.5 million, but it has salvation in it, I'll just tell you. That's what's inside of that one, is salvation. So Roland, let's get you this so you can get power charge, and then we'll start working on your dyings, because you'll probably need them. Seraph, let's see here. Not going to comment on how Death Spirit is a healing mantra. I think we already did at one point, didn't we? We mentioned it in the first game, I think. CeeLo wants Mukti, which is going to be a bit of a tall order for right now, because everybody else is buying everything like crazy. Actually, you already bought this Esoteric, right? So I can just... Yeah, I can just equip this without buying anything, so that's good. We'll need Chakra Walk for a certain level of the sun here. So, who else is missing one? Argela needs something, and CeeLo needs something. Okay, I should be able to buy for both of them. I could get Medea Rama for Argela as well, while Roland's working on Power Charge. That might not be a bad idea. I mean, it won't matter too much, because by the time I come back on the next episode, we'll be done with basically the entire mantra grid in terms of what everybody's learning. It really doesn't take long in this hallway to finish these things out, so I'll work on Calm Spirit for you. And then for CeeLo, we'll go back and we'll get Mukti for him. It's quite a bit of money, but it'll come in handy for him, because then he'll be able to get to Formless, which is good. And there goes my wallet again. Damn it. That's okay. We'll be fine. Okay, so now let us teleport back to the third layer. We'll save here, and I will just demonstrate my method. I'll probably turn, like, I'll show it off, like, I'll go back and forth a little bit in the hallway, and we'll just fight for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, something like that, just so I can show you what we've got. And then in between episodes, I'll be doing the only grinding that I'll really be doing this game. We did a little bit before, but, like back in the third dungeon, I think we did a little bit, but this is where most of the grinding comes in. And again, you don't have to do this. This is just to ensure that I get everything that I need before the game starts throwing the gimmicks of the final dungeon at us. Here's Lilith. Unfortunately, we've been ambushed, so that's not going to help us at all. Argela, I definitely want you to transform, because Seraph Lore will deal some good damage to these guys. So, and then why don't you transform as well? Because then I can kind of Seraflor past Vile Blade and go from there. Yeah, get used to seeing this animation. We'll be seeing it a lot because Argela Roland is... Oh, I can't actually do that because I need to do this. All right, Piranha Beam. There you go. I don't think that's going to help you. There we go. But yeah, Argela Roland is actually like the best combination. There you go. They even dropped the Manjusaka for me. Perfect. Now I can even get to rank 7 without even going through here. As a matter of fact, I might go do that instead of demonstrating my grinding method because, like, I mean, look at the hallway. Okay, so you just go back and forth all the way up and all the way down until you get back to the large terminal. And with the magic read on, you encounter so many enemies that it just makes it like you can, in one roll of the magic read, so like you play the magic read at Solar Noise Stage 1. By the time the magic read runs out, you've pretty much mastered any mantra in the game, even the highest level ones, because of how many enemies you encounter while doing that. So, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but that's what I like to do at this point, just before the game starts throwing the gimmicks at you. It's a little easier to try to go through when you don't have to... When you can set your party up for any situation rather than having to set them up for eating and any situation. So, yeah, that's usually what I like to do. But we got a Manjusaka, so now that we got that, let's just throw that at Johnny and then buy like $5,000 worth of items, and then we can get to rank 7 and I can demonstrate what we want there. And actually, this is perfect because we'll be at minimum solar data when we go back to the 3rd layer anyway. So, and that's exactly where you want to be in terms of the magic read use. Yeah, your wallet does have a high AF turnover rate for its contents. It's nice, though, because it means you're not, like, sitting there with a whole bunch of money burning a hole in your pocket at the end game like a lot of RPGs, so I can appreciate it. Alright, so let's sell that. And we're up and over 15,000. Perfect. We've made it to rank 7. The ultimate merchandise. And he's saying he can't offer us anything else, but that's in terms of what we can buy. He can offer us more things later if we get to more points as like a free thing, so. All right, Johnny, I appreciate it. And of course, that also upgrades the amount of selling amount that we can get for everything. So Manjusakas will now sell for like 110,000, as if they weren't selling for enough already. Excuse me. Johnny is the most dedicated shopkeep. He does a lot. Well, yeah, Anna is probably more dedicated because she's in every game secret shop, but Johnny's pretty damn dedicated. He died, and he's still out here selling. It's crazy. Okay, it also unlocks the best rings that we can buy from here. We had the high rings before, but now we have the special rings. Specifically, the one I want is the special magic ring, so we're going to buy that for 40k. It's well worth the effort, trust me. Once we get all of the mantras we want, we won't need the rich ring anymore. And this ring right here will be the thing to have. So, you can also buy more ammo now. You get a forged shot eventually. I'll probably want to buy that for Argela. It's 400,000, but it'll give me something to spend my money on once I'm done buying all the mantras and everything. And then I'll probably get 3 dead ends as well. So I'll be getting one for Roland, CeeLo, and Gale. Eventually, but we won't worry about that for right now. So that way we've all got good ammo, we've all got good gear, we've all got good mantras, everything else. And yeah, once I'm done with the mantras, then I'll be buying that. So it might take a little bit, but again, the amount of time that it takes to get these mantras, it really isn't all that much. I think it might take about 2 hours total to finish out all the mantras that I want, because everybody's inside of like 12 or 13 mantras at the most. I think that's how much Argela and Roland need to be finished. So, yeah, if that's the case, I'll finish that in a solid hour or 2. But I'll probably take like at least a day, maybe even 2 days to make sure that I have enough time, plenty of time to do that. So, special magic ring, that's what we want to do. We want to take that, and I'll demonstrate how powerful it is right here with Seraph. So let's put that on. It's all the way down here. So just on its own merits, it gives you +9 magic, but it also has 3 slots in it, so you can stick a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'm going to stick probably a purple crystal, so we'll need to raise our magic by 2 next level. I'll probably just do that off screen. And then we'll be putting in vitality stuff into it as well, so let's do that right now. We've got... We'll put 2 hope diamonds and a purple crystal in, and it'll be absolutely absurd. Like, the best ring that we can get without, like, doing the super bosses. So, And then we've still got red diamonds and we've got pink crystals for everybody else's rings. I'll probably be doing some stuff with the change ring as well, so I can set that in with red diamonds and pink crystals. And that'll be good enough for everybody else too. So I'll probably stick a purple crystal in one of the rings for Roland. There's actually still one karma ring that I want to get that we don't have just yet, so we'll work on that. You got 2 slots left, so one more hope diamond. And then a purple crystal. Yes. And yeah, take a look at these stats now. Plus 8 vitality, plus 13 magic. That's nothing to sneeze at. And again, by the time we're done with this dungeon with the special magic ring on, we'll be at 99 magic and most likely 99 vitality, because you gain a lot of levels in here. I think I was level 70 when I beat this dungeon the last time. There's a lot to do in the sun. And after we're done with all of the grinding that I want to do to get all the mantras, which I'm making it sound like a lot, but it's actually not a lot. It's only a couple of hours worth. We will start exploring the rest of the sun on the next episode of Digital Devil Saga 2, the Stream Edition, which will be happening either Monday or Tuesday next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to meet you here on the 3rd layer or if we're going to come back to the surface yet. I might actually meet you on the surface because we have to go explore the rest of the 2nd layer, so we'll go do that before we start exploring the 3rd layer on the next episode. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which will be happening, as I said, early next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on either Monday or Tuesday. I'll be posting the schedule on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Discord in just a few minutes once the description is done for this one, and then we'll see you next week. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Don't you mean maxing out the flex on God? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically. Now, you tell me this. Whatever you were thinking was going to happen when we came to the sun, this is a lot crazier, isn't it? This game is nuts, man. I love it.